problem. Government is the problem. Government is the problem.
Hi everyone. I hope y'all are doing absolutely incredible, amazing, beautiful, sexy, everything else in between. Hi. 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 Hi.
Why am I so horny?
Because I am here, so obviously you have to be horny. It's just a natural progression of who I am, okay? The minute I like pop on screen, instantaneous, just like just fucking everywhere, come everywhere, all over the place, up the wall, through the fucking everything. It's crazy. I know, it just happens. It's just my superpower. I'm sorry. It just happens. Not my fault. Actually, kind of might be, but whatever. Anyway. Holy shit. Chat.
1,000 pages of Szycrotic.
Oh lordy doobie, 1,000 pages, isn't it? It do be in fact 1,000 fucking pages. Okay, so I have done my absolute darnest, my hardest, even while staying hard. I've tried my best to summarize it as possibly best I can. This will be obviously based on my own opinions, obviously, duh. It took me like 2.5 days to like get through everything. I have read everything. Okay, I have read everything. Okay, you know how fucking tired I am at looking at fucking screenshots and look. I'm gonna be so honest here. This fuck ass screenshots, this fuck ass doc, 40% of it is repetition. It is the same shit over and over and over and over again. It is mainly just a bunch of word vomit of, hey, I might be shitty, but other people can be shitty as well. Did you know that? And it's like, and the biggest section, the reason why the doc is so fucking huge, the main reason, is because the first biggest, like real big section with actual new kind of info in it is the nonetheless section, which has like, it's like 500 pages or 300 pages or some shit like that alone, and it's only screenshots. It's like a little bit of summary, a little bit of context here and there, but it's mainly just screenshots of full-on Discord conversations, which can all be boiled down to, hey, these people are kind of similar to Cinder. That's not cool at all. And non going, okay, that's kind of sucky. Sorry. Or, wow. But also a lot of this. Okay, we're going to get into this. I'm going to say hi first. I'm going to just follow me. Okay. It's been a long fucking couple days. Hi, Steve. Steve, holy shit. I hope you're doing good, sweetie. Okay, one. Can y'all still hear the clicker? That's what's important here. Nope. Good to know. Okay. 1. All my shit.
I have one important question. Did
Okay.
it read like a schizophrenic rant about shadow governments?
That would have been interesting. See, that would be kind of fucking cool. No. Okay, why isn't the clicker working? I am now pissed. So, over the course of a couple days, I upgraded my PC because I needed more RAM for 2.0 stuff. That will make a lot more sense later. But for some fuck-ass reason, OBS decided, all of your audio sources, basically your entire setup. Fuck you, in particular. So, some bratty little bitch took my clicker and I gotta get it back. Seriously, why is this not... It should be working though! Is it because this one? You don't fucking even work! You should have been able to hear that. Alright. We're gonna test this shit. Yeah, we did? Okay. Can you hear this? That should work. And you should also be able to hear... POV, I'm reading the 1K Cinder doc. If 2 puppy girls walk into my bar, how many leashes do they need?
I have been busy waiting for Battlefield 6 and laughing at COD streamers to know what the new drama is.
Oh, fucking lord. The fucking COD streamers are so stupid. Anyway, hold up. I have some redeems to get through here first. Quack. Fuck you, you little fucking bottom bitch. Elizabeth, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. And Steez, I hope you're having a good day. It's been a minute since we hung out and did shit. Did you know, chat, that Steez does fucking dope ass cool shit himself? Refill. But I'm not thirsty. I just had finished my fucking water bottle. That's why my mouth is so moist. It's so moisturized. Go away. Apparently I have fucking voice command on my OBS now. Chat, before we get into the whole Cinder thing, small little story. So that little clip of me showing chat, the clicker and people freaking out over it, got a little, it went around a little bit, if you didn't notice. Kind of some people some people noticed that. Oh, that was kind of crazy. If you didn't see the clip, Twitch isn't counting lurkers, so I found a solution to the problem. Puppies. Puppies.
Damn, Chad, why are you stinking up the place?
Twitch is counting you, okay? Come on. Keep barking. A little bit more. You're doing so
Anyway,
good. I'm
you
so proud of you.
might have seen that clip before, right?
Thank you.
I was hanging out with my family yesterday because they were going on a trip, and they wanted to come by and say goodbye and whatever, and they're gonna be gone for a little while, okay? And so my family comes by, and one of their kids is a VTuber. And their kid is like 17, 18 years old, something like that, whatever, right? And they go, hey, have you seen this VTuber? They look so much like you. And shows my own clip to me. And I go, oh wow, that's so crazy. same tattoos as you, and that's wild. They must never know my secrets. So that was hilarious because they showed that exact clip, and I'm like, yeah. Why the fuck am I on your timeline? I shouldn't be. Why are you what? And I was like, oh. As soon as they showed me that shit, and I was like, oh, do you know VTubing? They're like, oh yeah, I'm a VTuber myself, and I'm like, oh wow. What is your ad on Twitter specifically and Blue Sky and every other platform so I can follow you? Trust me. Yep. Not at all block you.
Now that I think about it, I have never seen the two of you in a room together.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, okay, first, hi to all the new people who have found me and discovered me and whatever, specifically to all the puppy boys, girls, and or cat boys / girls / non-binary babes here. Oh, right. First off, everyone, pay attention right now. If you do not know, right now, Twitch is having some issues counting lurkers and people who aren't talking in chat. If you would like number go up and help me get partner one day and all that fucking bullshit, whatever. Bark in chat right now. Come on. Bark. Come on. Keep barking. It's so cute, like just seeing all the whoops and the barks and stuff in chat. No. How dare you? Newt only gets away with it because you've been here for so long. I would have actually fucking banned you. Good job, chat. Good job. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for the lurkers for coming out just for like a second. You can go back to lurking now. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Very proud of you. You're doing so well. Okay. No, I don't think I will. All right, chat. Grab a snack, grab some water, grab a soda, a beer, alcohol, whatever. This is about to be a fucking long one, okay? I'm gonna try my absolute hardest not to go on like tangents and rants and basically give out info that is not at all needed. I took a lot of notes while reading because I knew I wanted to talk about it. We're gonna go through each section just as the doc is, and I'm going to summarize each section based on what I, fucking got out of it. And I will say this. I've never been a Cinder fan. I am not a pirate pop. I am not somebody who was part of her community in any way, shape, or form. Okay? I've watched a couple of streams. I've seen clips, and I've heard her songs and seen some videos and stuff in the past. But I've never been like a fan of Cinder or even a Cinder hater or whatever. I literally was just a VTuber and she just happened to be a VTuber. That's the only thing, only the connection I have to Cinder. So don't come at me being like, oh my god! No, shut the fuck up. Okay. For the people, oh my god. As soon as I see it, it's like PTSD. Okay. For the people who are not initiated, do not look at Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever and doesn't fucking care about drama. Basically, if you do not know what the fuck happened, about 4 months ish ago, not even 4 months, but whatever, nonetheless, a VTuber / artist, VTuber artist, came out with a document about Cinder, who is another VTuber, basically saying that Cinder and her manager, Red, or Redacted is his like nickname, had manipulated her and used her to try to force her into exclusivity deals to only work for them. And in the document, on Nonalys's document, they showed screenshots and messages between them and Red about
Red always pushing them into being exclusive, only working for Cinder, not working with certain people, specifically with Silvervale and Spite, VT. If you do not know who Spite is the Cerberus pup VTuber / the blue demon dog. If you've probably seen her around before. And talking very openly and very brutally honestly to Nano about how they looked at other VTubers as straight up competition, which is fucking crazy, but whatever. So let's go. So that doc dropped in that same kind of like time frame. Spite, Silvervale, Bow, a bunch of people instantaneously came out with their own version of Google Docs, basically all summarizing that Cinder was very weird behind the scenes, she wouldn't communicate properly, that she was just using people for numbers, that, you know, all the same shit over and over and over again. We have heard the story, we get it. People didn't like it, Cinder got ousted and has been gone ever since. The only thing Cinder has done besides dropping this 1,000-page Google Doc was donating to Iron Mouse's whole campaign for donating blood and getting that money back to the IDF or whatever it was. And that was the only thing we have ever seen of Cinder besides this doc since. Here is my summary of the doc. We're going to go by every single chapter they have. Yes, it has fucking chapters, okay? This isn't Google Docs anymore. This is straight up books. It has the first chapter, which is called An Overdue Response. Then you have the second one called Redacted. You have My Apology and Taking Accountability. You have Nonetheless, Bow, V-Cards and Numi's Concert, Shy Lily, The Breakdown, Silvervale, Aru, Spite, Messages to the Pirate Pups, which is her community, and Looking Ahead, which is the last one. We're going to start with An Overdue Response. Okay. Here we go. Oh my lord. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you all are doing good. Sit the fuck down. This is about to be very long. Okay, this entire first section covers Cinder's entire experience going through and dealing with all the Google Docs and stuff kind of falling apart for her. In here,
I mean, I could either read this fucking double-length Bible thing, or I can watch an 8-hour-long video about Yellow Killing Show for the 20th time. I knew what I was doing when I heard this dropped.
Actually, that is a good thing that you just did. I'm gonna pause TTS until I am done, so this doesn't take even longer to go through than necessary. Hold up. We're gonna do this so I don't fucking... Can I fucking... TTS paused while I'm yapping. I don't want this to take the entire stream. Okay. This first section covers basically everything that Silvervale has been going through and how she has been feeling about the entire thing. And also summarizing about everything. Okay? This entire first section is not really anything special. It is basically a more her being in her feelings and talking more directly to a lot of her community and to the kind of overall VTuber community. Specifically talking about how her and her partner, by the way, for the people who don't know, Red is, yes, her manager, but also her partner. She talks about how she kicked Red out and that she didn't know what to do, that only one person or one friend of hers had reached out to her. And that's kind of this entire first section. It also goes over the purpose of the doc, which what she says is to present the full story, to take accountability, to dispel rumors and misconceptions and theories. But also then says this document contains speculation. Okay? Okay? Which it does. It does do. Specifically, the whole entire Shy Lily section is a giant speculation with no real proof, which I will go over. But that's basically this first part. It's basically a nothing burger. It's just whatever. This part, and you will see this highlight in blue, that is Red, her partner / manager, talking himself. That is his words, not hers. And she didn't like tell him to change anything at all. So anything you see highlighted in blue is him speaking. That's it. This entire redacted section, chapter, whatever, just goes over Cinder and Red's personal relationship and how it changed from personal to professional, and how a lot of the stuff that happened between them happened. This, to me, is the least important part, and the part I think a lot of people are going to just ignore because it is just two people's personal relationship, and it's not worth reading through this unless you just kind of care about relationship problems. But the massive big bullet points to take out of this is Red was and still is Cinder's partner. They are choosing to stay together even after all this. Cinder has cheated on Red in the past, and she says herself that their relationship is not toxic and she wouldn't be with him if it was so. And that's kind of it. It does go over a little bit more in detail about how Red likes to communicate and how he is a little bit more competitive, and that can sometimes she can kind of like get into that vibe as well because he's so competitive and want to grind and want to get bigger and blah blah blah. She kind of gets into that same mentality when he gets there as well, which is okay, sure, buddy. But also talking about how Red, redacted, is also the creative person a lot of the time for projects. He's the one pushing for deadlines, getting things done. He's basically like the backbone a little bit. And that how he handles communication a lot of the time isn't always the way she handles communication. Again, her words, not mine, nor his. Also, in this part as well, she does state that Red will still be her manager and still will handle basically everything he has been handling up until now. The major difference is going to be that she is going to finally oversee everything herself compared to before, where she just kind of let Red do whatever the hell he wanted. She also, in this section, specifically this paragraph over here, and later down here, where is it? Here-ish, something like that. She says and apologizes for kicking Red out of the house after the initial first Google Docs dropped. She apologizes to people and to other artists and people that have communicated that she wasn't the one overseeing certain projects herself. Okay? And that this entire Google Doc is basically like, it's not me shoving blame to Red, it's just us talking together for once, which is crazy. She also apologizes for in her first initial response, which went down like fucking aged milk, where a lot of people, including myself, was very critical of Cinder because that entire first initial response she did was very much a, don't worry, bro, it wasn't me, it was Red. And just shoved everything over on to Red and accused him and the way he spoke and communicated to people that it was his fault all of this started happening. Or at least that's how it felt like, / most people had the same conclusion. I even had the same conclusion back then and said these exact words. Imagine living with someone, they are your partner, friend, and manager, and you decided to cheat on them in the past, toss them under the bus when you did not oversee how things were run, then take no accountability and keep tossing them under the bus. Red should not have done what they did, but you're the person and the brand. It's your job to take accountability, oversee how things were run. And of course, this is where the infamous now meme, it's just business, kind of like hardcore became the meme. But besides that, this entire part of the document can just be summed up to Red apologizing, them saying that we are still together, it is not a toxic relationship, and he's still going to be my manager, but I'm going to oversee things a little bit better myself now. That's it. I'm not going to cover their own personal relationship part because it's unimportant, and then it's to us like consenting adults. I don't care. Okay? I don't give a fuck about your relationship. Everything else, yes, sure, because it's, it can affect the VTuber community. Your interpersonal relationship, I don't give a fuck about. Nor should anyone else. Those are my thoughts and feelings on it. And I think people speculating on somebody or two people's interpersonal like relationship, not manager and talent, but like two consenting adults relationship romantically, that's weird. Stop fucking caring. Here we get into the actual like meat and potatoes of the doc. And this is the massive like apology / taking accountability. But that's not kind of what she does though. In this entire section, she goes over everything that happened, give more context to what happened, and links to everything that, what actually like happened, and tries to give and take accountability. And to her credit, she did and does take a lot of accountability and properly, at least in what I feel, does sincerely apologize and understand what she did wrong. But with an asterisk, without fail, on every single paragraph or every single part of this where she does take accountability, there's probably like 2 or 3 mention of another person or another VTuber or reason, quote unquote, of why she reacted that way. Whether it was because life, stress, mental health, genuine, just like, I am stupid, sorry, Lamau, whatever. But though I feel that she understands and she took accountability and still is taking accountability, it still feels very much like, hey, yeah, I'm taking accountability, but sure. And that's never a good look when you're trying to apologize and take accountability. Red also has his own little section here where he explains that he is the creative lead and that he follows and comes up with the projects, the art, and is like the creative force, I guess, behind Cinder, which I feel is a little weird. Don't get me wrong, like when you have a manager, they can help you with your projects. That's kind of their job. But you as the talent, you as a VTuber, shouldn't you like be the okay? But besides that, this entire section is just him apologizing, explaining, and genuinely taking accountability for how he behaved himself with honestly no real but also kind of parts. Until this section where he just kind of goes yeah, I'm taking accountability for what I said, but fuck Nano though. That's how it reads. He doesn't outwardly say that, but it just says that like, yeah, sure, I can take accountability, but Nana also isn't innocent. And we'll get to that when we get to that. Is it weird to say it sounds a little pimpy? I don't mean, I don't blame you for that though. This section right here, the missing information and lies and kind of down, is a mix of adding context and genuine accountability. This entire section right here is, to me, the best section, I guess, of the entire doc, because it is them explaining, taking genuine accountability, and saying sorry for everything and anything they have done throughout the couple of years they have been, VTubers and whatever, and explaining and giving more context to certain things. If for some reason you are genuinely, looking for an explanation and real accountability, and see how actually two people can grow from a situation. This is the section you actually should care about and a little bit more down. And explaining like a little bit more about how they were hiding their relationship even from Cinder's friends and whatever. The My Friend section basically goes, hey, I'm not a bad friend. Look at the cool things I made my friends. And then follows it up with, but I could have been a better friend though. And she also in this section talks about how she would never use her friends and how that was a ridiculous claim to make because, well, she loves her friends. Like, I love my friends. I could never hurt them. Look at the cool shit I made. And to be fair, this is some cool dope shit. Like, this is really well made. But whatever. This business mindset section is literally just them explaining the whole, it is just business and where that comes from. Why both of them have that mindset and why both of them kept grinding and going. They are stating that money wasn't their real driving force to why they kept pushing themselves and kept pushing content and being so quote unquote competitive. And that just being creative and being a VTuber is just so fun and so interesting and it's just the main driving force. Money isn't, according to them. I hard disagree 100%. It's not how it reads. It's very much like them just wanting to be bigger than other people. That's how I feel like the driving force really is. Because in this section and further into the doc, they keep talking about how they want Cinder, the brand, to be like bigger. They want Cinder to be a household name. They basically want Cinder to be like an Iron Mouse 2.0, right? That's what they really want, or that's at least how it feels like. And that's something, that's my takeaway from it, and that is my personal opinion. So again, if that's something you disagree with, whatever, that's completely fine. It is just like how it feels like it's reading, more than just, we just want to keep growing because we love our community so much, because that's kind of what they're stating. I will say that if you genuinely care about your community and you care about the VTuber community as a whole, 100%, I don't doubt that they genuinely do feel that way. But I will say that if you and your community is the big driving force to being a VTuber and keep pushing creatively, you wouldn't concern yourself with other people. Not really. Sure, if somebody comes out and blatantly like steals your design or like, or like just straight up plagiarizes your shit, of course you have to speak up on it. But like Silvervale and Cinder, like being similar people or having similar designs or whatever, that shouldn't even be a thought in your head if your community and pushing the brand and, everything else forward is the quote unquote main driving force. So again, personal opinions. They do state somewhere in here as well, I think it's like towards the end, that quote unquote, the money is nice. End quote. The competition part, and this is mainly Red's section, where they explain that, or Red explains, not them, sorry, where Red explains himself that he has a bad habit of just getting locked in and just completely grind and not care too much about his friends or other people's opinions and just straight up gun for whatever he thinks is like the goal. And that he has a bad habit of doing so by just viewing other people as competition. Because in his words, VTubing is a business, and within businesses, there is competition. That is his way of viewing things, and he doesn't say anywhere that he's going to change the way he views anything. Keep that in mind, just everyone, please. He does state that like he doesn't view everyone, like friends, as competition, but like he views certain people like direct competition, if that makes sense. but everyone else is still competition. So that, again, whatever. Okay. This section right here, he does talk about Bao specifically, saying sorry to Bao and saying sorry for basically trying to yoink Bao's editor, which again, they state it was not their intention, but we'll get to that later. There's more details on it in the Bao section. The whole viewing people as competition, like, sure, we are like locked and hyper focused on Red and Cinder right now, sure. But at the same time, there is more people like Red in the VTuber community right now who thinks exactly like this. This is not something new. A lot of other people view other VTubers and other streamers as quote unquote competition. Also, pay attention, chat. The backrooms. The Tricky V section right here is just them apologizing for leaving Tricky alone in Japan. That's it. Apparently, they were going to wake up early and go and look at stuff together, and then Cinder and Red woke up way earlier than Tricky and just decided to fucking head out. Tricky woke up all alone, and they thought that Tricky was going to be around other people because there was a lot of other VTubers in around Tokyo at the time, but she ended up just being alone the entire day, and they feel really bad about it. That's that part. The Cottontail section, it is just, again, them apologizing, saying that we regret like not collabing more and being closer and being better friends. That whole entire section again. And then Red specifically saying that he was wrong about Cotton and it was a spur in the moment kind of like shock to the system and learning who they are and blah blah blah. Whatever, once again, nothing burger, just saying they were bad friends and shouldn't have done what they did and should have been better at communicating. Whatever, they both said sorry. The Nixie part we don't really want to cover because they deleted their shits, but basically it is, Cinder and Red covering it and just saying like, okay, sorry for like not communicating better. Again, nothing burger, really. This entire, from the Tricky part and down, is a nothing burger. None of it's important. None of this should really be here. All of this should be in someone's DMs, and I hope to their fuck that's what they did. Because there is none of this at all should be in a Google Doc. Why in the fuck are you apologizing to Tricky in a Google Doc? Like that doesn't make sense! But whatever. It's okay. God, I hope this is just like a copy-pasted DMs, like directly just in here, but whatever. Now we get to the big boy, okay? Now we get to the big mama. This is the nonetheless section. It is 215-ish pages, give or take, of mostly screenshots. It gives context first and explaining Nano's document, which you can, while reading this document, click on and just straight up go and find Nano's thing right here. If you haven't read it, you should, to get more context out of everything. But this is Nano's doc. If you haven't read it, seen it, whatever. Basically, this entire doc is within Cinder's doc, funny enough, so you don't technically fully need to read it, but it isn't from Nano's mouth, so I encourage you to go read Nano's actual doc if you haven't first, before even touching Cinder's, because it provides the kind of like catalyst to this entire thing. And I am going to grossly TLDR this entire section. It is huge, okay? It took me like a day and a half just getting through this section alone. But what you need to keep in mind is most of the screenshots and DMs here does not read between two, like a manager and an artist. They read like two friends talking, like they're having a private conversation. And that bothers me. It bothers me a lot, because if you are a manager, if you're managing someone, you are the communicator between a talent and an artist or an editor or an audio engineer or whatever, right? You need to, and you have to be professional. The main problem with this entire section of the doc is that it's not a manager talking to an artist on the behalf of a talent. It feels and reads and very clearly shows two people who have known each other for a while just talking in private. I have been a VTuber for 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6-ish years now. I've been a VTuber for a very fucking long time, okay? And I can confidently tell you, this is how most DMs goes between friends. It is two people talking about whatever is on their mind and just kind of confiding into each other and just memeing around. Some of the screenshots in this entire Google Doc is just straight up shitposting and memes. There are sections where Red brings up Silvervale a lot and Nano outwardly will go, stop caring about Silvervale. And 2 sections like later, it will be all about Silvervale and how she was copying Cinder and how she's very bad and whatever. But the problem with it is that it's not perfect chronological order. And this is kind of where the big... oh, look at this screenshot! It's giving me like PTSD flashbacks because I just finished reading everything as well. It does give more context. That's what these little text boxes here. It just gives context to why they were DMing in the first place most of the time, and giving a little bit more context into like the way they're speaking and whatever. This section right here is a little important. And this is I want to say one of the most important screenshots. In this, Red says that, but then I tell Nano, I just want to ask if you were okay with being a one Hellhound exclusive. And I feel really bad asking you something like this. That's in the DM right here. By the way, anything you see highlighted in yellow is like really super important, according to Cinder and the people who have made this document. And they show a screenshot how they have never spoken about Spite in their DMs before. That's kind of it. That's it. Now, here's where it kind of becomes the big mama, like really a lot of DMs. Also, you will notice a lot of the dates and stuff are jumping around with literally years. This entire screenshot is all from 2023. This also is from 2023 and forward. And it's basically showing off the entire relationship between Red and Cinder and Nano and how it starts kind of calm and normal, like most kind of first interactions between two people are. But you will once again notice in the screenshots, and I will make it a little bigger so you can see it better. You will notice once again in the screenshots that Red and Nano are communicating very memery, very shitposty, very like two friends. It doesn't say in the document, or if it does, I completely fucking missed it. But it doesn't show or say any like real first interactions between Nano, Cinder, and Red. It's just kind of jumping into it. And from the way they're communicating, and again showing, in the screenshots, it just again reads like two people who are friends, who are close-ish, just talking about business. Sorry, I can't say business without thinking about the meme. Yeah, it's a lot more casual than professional. And that bothers me a lot because just because someone replies to you in a more casual, memey, shitposty even manner does not mean that that person doesn't have certain feelings about this conversation, right? But I will say this. Nano multiple times throughout these screenshots does state that they love talking about tea, as in gossip and drama, 100%. The screenshots in Nano's original document are capped at very convenient moments, I will say, but it's not such an outrageous amount that it's just going to completely change the way you view Nano at all. And the worst I can really say about Nano is that she should have just spoken up right away when she felt that the conversation, or at least the relationship between her, Cinder, and Red became a bit different, right? And that's kind of it. I guess also, like, she took on a little bit too many projects at once. And again, that's kind of it. Again, it doesn't really change how they spoke to Nano. It does show that Red is a lot more apologetic and a lot more sincere. But I will say, from personal experience of having had dealt with scummy managers in the past myself, the way he's approaching Nano multiple times, the best way to say this is, it gives me the ick really fucking badly. Like, really badly. In the sense of, I have felt that way before when shitty people have communicated with me or tried to get something out of me in a certain way. And the best way I can kind of like describe it is, if somebody approaches you in this kind of manner, hello, person, I want to ask you this very uncomfortable question, but if you don't want to agree to it, it's completely fine. Trust me, I understand. But I really want you to fucking say yes to this, though. That is a very scummy, weird way of doing anything. Also, a manager, multiple times, and a very common thing, is to ask people, artists, whatever that you work with for a very long time, for exclusivity deals. That's normal. That happens all the time. But the way it is done here, again, reeks of that icky sort of feeling, where it's a lot more like the way Red approaches Nano, especially about the exclusivity thing, or at least talking about things that is uncomfortable, reads kind of like somebody going, fingy touchy, hi Nano, do you know about this drama? That's how it feels like. That's not how you should feel at all reading a DM between a manager and a person, ever. If you are a manager, or if you are representing anyone, even your friends, you should be logical, professional, and basically type like you're typing an email to your professor. That's it. You shouldn't go to someone and be like, hey, please, do you know that this happens? You shouldn't do that, ever. And you don't even have to take my word for it. Just go read the doc and scroll through to about, where is it? This part right here, where they are talking about Silver and Cinder being compared to each other, how they are always kind of in competition of each other, how people keep saying that Cinder and Silver collabs would go really well, and how it is upsetting to both him and Cinder that she is being compared to another person, which, by the way, 100% valid. Nobody want to be compared to someone else, of course, right? But it will happen. I am sorry, but that's human nature. When we see something and we want to explain very quickly that we either like it, don't like it, or it is similar to something else, you just go, hey, this thing is similar to another thing. That's why the term Souls-like exists. That didn't exist before. There wasn't a Souls-like tag before, but now there is. Because of like Dark Souls and Demonborn and Elden Ring and games copying them so much, it became a thing. People compared so much that it just made a whole new word. And that's human nature. I am sorry. It doesn't feel good, especially being a content creator, when somebody goes, oh my God, you sound like this person, or oh my God, your laugh is like this, or your content is similar to this person. 100%. But it's just how humans are. We don't want to fucking think. We want to explain something quick and simple. So we go, hey, this is similar to this. Because then people understand and get it quicker. I know. It is whatever. But the way, again, it is talked about in these DMs is not, from my perspective, in a manager-artist relationship. It is, again, like two people just kind of casually talking about something. And again, and so when I'm reading this, it's kind of weird reading through it because you have to keep reminding yourself that Red isn't Nano's friend. Red is the manager first, friend second, because they're talking about business. They're talking about art pieces, money, paying down certain things, how they're gonna like collab and do with certain items and sell merch together, sell figurines in the future. These are things that, yes, sure, it happens in the Discord DM, so it might not feel super professional, but it's money being handled, it is merch and contracts being signed and made, and you are talking with like fucking Pepe emotes. Okay. That is the biggest ick and weirdness I get from this. It's not that I think and you can't be both friends and professionally working together. But I do think the way Red is speaking to Nano didn't come from a place of, hey, I'm going to dump this on an artist as a manager. I think it came from a place of, I'm going to dump this on my friend because I need to talk about it and I want to talk about it. And I guess, Nano just didn't feel the same way, and that's why she made her document, or at least went to Shy Lily and other people and kind of wanted their opinion. Again, this is now currently my own theories and my own speculations and opinions and whatever, but it's just also how it feels and how I feel while reading, so based on my own experience as a VTuber who have had, sadly, dealt with shitty people and toxic people and manipulative people in the past. But that's also why this section is very confusing, because yes, like I said, it does cover Nano in a little bit of a shittier light, and she shouldn't have taken on as much work. And some of the screenshots in Nano's document does cut off a little bit conveniently, but most of these things are just literal conversations between two people. That's it. This is 200 fucking pages of 15 screenshots. Maybe at the absolute most, like 20, 25 that you had to include. Everything else is just word vomit. It is not important. It doesn't matter. And you do not need all the detail of why Silver and Cinder being compared to each other is quote unquote really bad. Like, you just don't need all the details in this specific section, but they did. And that is one of the main reasons why it's 1K pages. Yes, a lot of it is just straight up screenshots. And here's where it gets a little bit interesting, at least. When Cinder is talking to Nano, you can tell that they've obviously like spoken before and have been, communicating in the past. But the way Cinder communicates is a lot more chill. It's a lot more, again, professional, in my opinion, than, say, compared to Red. And that is a problem because your manager should be doing that. Which is, again, really weird. Again, that's kind of it. I don't think this entire section needed every single screenshot and all the context of everything, because it boils down to Nano should have been a little bit more professional in the way she handled her conversations and spoken up way earlier within Red's DMs and even Cinder's DMs about how they felt about the entire interactions over the course of everything. She shouldn't really have gone and asked other people. She should have just spoken up right away. But when you are a person and you're dealing with larger content creators, people with numbers, money, power, and influence, it is harder to speak up. That is just how it is. It is harder to have somebody in front of you who, technically with the right words and enough screenshots can just fucking nuke your career or, make you lose out on money and whatever. Hi, that's Kitchen. Yes, I have read the entire doc. So I understand where Nano is coming from 100% with going to other creators and other people with these screenshots and with her thoughts and feelings, because it is harder to deal with people that you also might, respect and have worked with for a very long time. What I also will say is, I think that the way Red behaved in those DMs 99% of the time is fine, but there are random moments, and again, this can just be, cut off of screenshots or DMs not being fully like in chronological order or whatever, where it feels like Red just kind of burst in through the door and being like, "Hey, we hate this VTuber!" For no reason. Like, okay. Shake. I will do good girls and boys and whatever, like redeems after I am done. I don't want to interrupt too much. There are portions, and again, this can just be the way that they have done the screenshots, or they have, laid it out or whatever. But it just feels very much like, hey, this person sucks. Very out of nowhere, and that can be a little upsetting. Again, I'm just going to say that it's more of a feelings thing, and again, we don't have the entire full on every single DM, so they might have spoken prior that day or a couple minutes ago, and we just don't see it in a screenshot. You know what I mean? This section right here, y'all can give your opinions, of course. I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible as well. So I'm just kind of I'm not trying to ignore chat. I'm trying to just push along, and then I can read everyone's opinions. This section right here, this is Nano, by the way, their design, or at least the design they had in past, whatever. You notice that Nano has this eyeballs here on their sleeves, and on their tattoo ? This entire part reads very much like, "We love Nano! Look, we have their logo in our backgrounds! Isn't that something?" And they do, these are Cinder's backgrounds, so you have the fireplace with the eyeball, the hellhound, hell portal thing at the throne room with the eyeball over here, the bedroom / chill room, whatever, have some of the Nano things here. Honestly, this section right here, sure, I understand why it's in here, emotionally speaking. Professionally speaking, this doesn't fucking matter. I too can put, I don't know, I can put some random poster in the background of my art or whatever, or of my setup and things like that, and just have it there because, okay, it's cute and whatever. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. And you can still have a falling out with those people. That doesn't fucking matter. So this all these screenshots, which takes up 3 fucking pages, 4 pages, something like that, is completely unnecessary in my opinion. It doesn't matter. But here's a perfect example of what I was talking about, where it feels very much like a, here, I'm dumping this on you now. This section right here. you can see right up here that we're talking about something that is cut off, and then it just goes into Silver's Cup on Friday. Within context, they are or were making GameStop's like cup designs, and that's why they kind of just they were talking about it. And there is screenshots earlier about them talking about not wanting Cinder's design to be similar to Silvervale's cup design. But again, this reads very much like I'm gonna burst through your door and talk shit about people. So, but that's what I wanted to show like what I meant with that part. It goes into more detail. This is Red specifically asking about Silvervale, or if Silver or anyone else have spoken to Nano about Cinder. This happens quite frequently throughout the DMs, where Red will just kind of ask blatantly, hey, did this person ask about Cinder? Did this person talk shit about Cinder? Whatever. Again, does not feel like what a manager should do. That's more of like a friend does, at least, in my opinion. You know? Red goes into more detail here. And again, okay, it is what it is. And this is them talking more about Cinder being compared to Silvervale. Talking more about Silvervale and Spite, and how other people are comparing Cinder, and how it's unfair, how they feel that people are stealing Cinder's ideas and art pieces, or at least get similar ones. And this is where I want to show off the parts where I was talking about Nana, where they say, I kind of like to gossip. This part right here. And that is one of the biggest criticisms to Nano, is it doesn't feel as quote-unquote manipulative as Nano's doc made it out to feel like, at least originally. But what I said earlier still stands. When you are dealing with larger people and people you've known for a very long time, the way you feel about those people can still be negative without you necessarily piping up about it. So, pretty sure asking an artist, hey, so did this talk shit about Cinder is the exact opposite of what a manager should do? You are right! But this, again, this section right here, from this section to this section, we don't know how long has passed, like, properly, because, like, it does show the time and whatever, but, like, again, things like this where it just suddenly kind of, like, shifts, like, topics and whatever, and the way Nano shifts in her response feels a little weird. And again, that can just be the way they did the screenshots and adding the context and whatever. Hi, Ellie. Welcome in, sweetie. But this is also the what I talked about earlier with Nano, how she would randomly kind of go, like, stop caring about Silver, which is that screenshot right here. And then Red will usually stop talking about Silver for, like, a little bit and then go right back to it. Sorry, but that's kind of funny. Anything that is in red like this, that is not my doing, that is in the document. Basically, any screenshot with the red border has been used in another document before. That's kind of it. Usually it is just a full screenshot compared to, like, the crop one. But I have gone and tried to compare, at least the best I can, like, the cropped screenshots versus the bigger ones. And there isn't really extra context here that made me went, got him! Like, it was just kind of like, okay, there's just more talk about the same shit over and over and over, and then kind of back to, like, normal conversation. That's kind of the Nano section. That's everything else. That is my massive TLDR of it. It's huge and massive. It's so much information that it's almost impossible to, like, TLDR this within a proper really broken down way without missing a lot of info that some might find important. But there isn't anything in here that goes, oh yeah, Nano shouldn't have dropped that dog. It's more of a, yeah, you should probably have spoken up after talking to your friends about how you feel. But besides that, there's nothing. Like, it's, again, a very big nothing burger. And again, is so much information that it feels almost like they were just trying to bury the whole point of the doc. Because once again, we do not need 215 pages of screenshots. Okay? We don't need it. There are points here where after Red has dumped a lot of lore and talked a little bit about other VTubers, where Nana will say that they are rethinking who they take commissions from and whatever. And they state multiple times that they love working with Cinder and love working with her, want to collab with her. Cinder offered to collab with Nano many times. Would pop by her streams, give her subs, whatever. It feels like, really, honestly, that Cinder genuinely really cared for Nano. And to some degree still does. But besides those little extra things, it's kind of just like a, okay. But that's the Nano section. Them talking more about, Cinder's merch and whatever. And I didn't really cover the spite part because it doesn't really matter, because it's the exact same information we already have and have had for months now. But it's basically this, where they're saying that Spite's design is very similar to Cinder, and that they are upset that it feels like Spite is stealing their ideas, and sometimes outright saying that they are, without any real evidence other than it's similar to their own ideas, and that's kind of it. And that's really the Nano section. Like, you're welcome. I just saved you like fucking 2 days of reading. It took me 2 days to read. I just did that shit in like, what, 40 minutes? 30 minutes? Optimus Prime, welcome in, sweetie. But yeah, again, I do encourage everyone to go read if you want all the information. Obviously, like, I can't remember, and I didn't take every single fucking note down ever possible. So, like, I am reading from and going from my own notes / memory here. So, like, again, please, go read it yourself if you want. Right? Like, it's important to me that you all understand that, like, I'm not perfect. There's probably things I miss. There's probably contradictions that are really important or can be very important that I might have missed or whatever, but, keep that in mind. Over to the next big fucking section. Bow. So, again, I said this earlier. Not only did Nonetheless drop a doc, but so did Bow. Bow's doc is important in the sense of two people who are and have been friends for a very long time, but Bao also represents one of the biggest pillars in the VTuber community. Bao has been a VTuber and been a stable VTuber for so many years that, somebody like her dropping a doc like this is kind of crazy. But in Bao's document, they talk about the Nonetheless and Red situation, about how and what they feel, and specifically how Red and Cinder tried to steal Bao's editor and had reached out to Bao to get their name of their editor. And Red had contacted that editor, and later, after working with them for a couple of projects, approached him about an exclusivity deal, which the editor declined. Those screenshots are in this document as well. And it's kind of like, it's upsetting because it feels very much like this shouldn't have been a Google Doc, really. it should have been a DM. This should have been an email. But it is basically Red approaching the editor, which is censored here, and I have no idea who they are. Basically talking about, wanting to be exclusive for Cinder, how they have bigger projects they want to do together, that they really love their editing. That's something that is very important. They do state multiple times that the way they are editing and the way they do projects and stuff is extremely well. And also this editor just genuinely fucking popped off really hard. Love that for them. Sorry, it's getting also like cold outside and becoming winter, so like my fucking nose is getting stuffy. It's stupid. Anyway, but what the editor says is here. This is them being approached by the exclusivity deal, and them declining. My God, there are so many words. Here we go. The editor says, as much as I liked editing for you guys, I don't think I want to be entirely exclusive because I do like working with other people too. I already do prioritize you guys when it comes to accepting other commissions since they're selective. So if you guys want me to take on more Tashi and Cinder work, you'll still be a priority. I'll also want to ask what I want to ask was if I could charge the normal $20 for shorts now instead of the discount $8 we did in October last year. Something that I think I've been thinking about a bit is being paid for helping manage the YouTube channels, since it's kind of just been charging for editing videos and the thumbnails, uploading, and community posts. Sorry for taking so long. That's what they say. Also, by the way, an editor who is also willing to do thumbnails and upload for you, may this love fucking hit me in the face. Oh my God. That is fucking beyond amazing. You might not think about it if you don't do content yourself, but the genuinely upsetting part about making YouTube videos sometimes is thumbnails. And those kind of like little things you have to do every single time, like tags and titles and whatever. But that's basically the Bao section. It is them apologizing to Bao. It is them saying sorry, giving a bit more context about exclusivity deal, and that they didn't mean to just kind of gun for their editor, but more so that they really like this editor and they would love to work with them like exclusively. And they didn't want to or mean to step on Bao's toes. That's it. The entire Bao section. Once again, though, I feel like this could have been a message between them and Bao instead of adding this into a Google Doc. I understand the concept of, okay, somebody dropped a doc on me, I'm gonna drop a doc on you. But once again, at least to me, right? If somebody dropped, like a friend dropped a doc on me and said these things, right? I would just DM them. Honestly, it is more effort putting together a Google Doc than to just straight up DM someone. Like, why? I don't fucking get it. Like, I don't get it. This entire section, by the way, is 91 pages long, but can be boiled down to, didn't mean to step on your toes. We wanted to work with your editor because we really like them. We should have paid your editor more. Okay? Just saved you a day of reading. You're welcome. The V-Card and Numi concert. Okay, this is the biggest part of the doc that I wish just take it out. Doesn't fucking matter. Basically, it was miscommunication between Numi, Cinder, and Shy Lily between Numi's concert when the V-Cards was going to drop, and that they didn't want to drop V-Cards at the same time as Numi's concert was going to happen. So they were trying to plan it and figure it out and plan everything around that with merch and blah, blah, blah on top of it. Doesn't matter! None of this is important at all to read, and only should be read if you just want to see your favorite VTuber's DMs, I guess. None of this is fucking important. But the important parts that are in here is Cinder giving more context to the entire situation. To also, you get to one, see how larger communities and creators communicate with each other, which is basically just how everyone else fucking talks, because everyone is just fucking human. And they apologize to Numi and basically say, hey, we should have communicated better. When it comes to the V card part, and this is the very confusing part for me, because I'm like, don't y'all work together? But basically, when V card launched, they had a lot of weird, rules about it. Specifically, they had sent boxes to other content creators and giving them instructions that you cannot, or should not rather, you can't open your cards directly on launch. You have to wait about 30 minutes. The reason for it was because Shy Lily and Numi and everyone was going to promote it exactly on launch. What this V card section really is mostly about is Shy Lily was mentioning that there were quote unquote untrue rumors and not real information given out by people who weren't part of it and shouldn't have. And the only person who had said anything really publicly was Cinder, who was just answering her chat's questions and did go to the managers and to people talking about what prices they were going to be at and things like that, the cards, and gave out apparently a price that was $4 cheaper than what the cards actually ended up being. Who fucking gives a shit? That's it. Hi, Luz. Welcome back from your walk. It doesn't matter. It's just miscommunication again. And Cinder, by the way, Cinder 100%, and this is what I do want to give credit for. Cinder did reach out to Shy Lily and try to communicate properly in DMs with Shy Lily about V cards, about Numi's concert, about the miscommunication, about everything, right? And you can see the DMs right here, and them going back and forth, clearing up some communication. And just planning stuff, setting up stuff, and then they apparently jumped into a call. Okay, whatever. This again. This part. This entire doc should have been this. Just reach out. You did it once. Do it again. There is, and I do want to say, credit where credit is due. Cinder did reach out, did clear up miscommunication, jumped into a call with Lily, and sure, and they spoke together. Luckily, unlike somebody else, they didn't add a whole ass fucking call into their doc. That's it. I wish they just did that more. Okay. Here comes the Shy Lily section. I'm going to be honest. This is my opinion now. Not based on pure facts. This is just my opinion. This entire chapter of the doc has so much spite in it. It's palpable. It's crazy. I've never read something where you can taste the anger in someone. Again, my opinion, feels very angry and very spiteful almost. And I think a huge part of it is because of Shy Lily's personality and the way, she kind of very publicly just kind of hammered that fucking last nail in. if you haven't read now, very infamous Shy Lily tweet, I'll give you a reading. The absolute audacity, hold up, the absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight the absolute is absolute insanity. The pain and mental torment you caused the ones closest and most supportive of you has been devastating. And I've never been so heartbroken, hurt so badly by for my friends. You are the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting, reading, or hearing of how you really viewed me behind my back, not just through screenshots of your man, but also your very own messages, while having to sit and read through these bullshit lies you spin to makes me want to vomit. To claim that you didn't know a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was up to when everyone who's shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same person, sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given. Even when talking about your friends is sickening. I've experienced your own actions without Red in a situation where in your own screenshotted words you express pressure to live up to what Lily is, and proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently choose business over friends, never feeling bad for or failing them. Just to earn their bag and compete with me over a V-Card collab that you rescheduled to be the exact date your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lied about it to them, instead blaming me for a collab you rescheduled, adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass. When you realized you were being a bad friend, why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days of that friend's career? Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platforms to earn to begin with. You're welcome, by the way. You claim that it's just business. Well, in the business world, there has to be accountability to all you've done is try to shove it away and admit nothing. In true narcissistic fashion, you're the only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequences and your own career to try to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I'm especially sorry to your fans. Pirate Pups deserve better. This now is the most infamous fucking Shy Lily tweet ever. It had, at the time, within a couple of hours posted, almost 100,000 fucking likes and like 1 million views or some shit. It was crazy. Hey, Alina, I'm reading summarizing the 1K Google Doc from Cinder. Okay. Now we get this Shy Lily section. And to me, this was the most important section of the entire Google Doc. The nonetheless was the second most important, but this is the most important. Basically, in this entire, how many pages was it? 23 pages. It's not even that super long, right? Hi, Renata, welcome in. Basically, it is them talking directly to Shy Lily. And Cinder, and this is, by the way, this entire part of the doc is all speculation. No evidence at all. None. Zero. Do you see how many? Zero. None. It's kind of crazy. Cinder, and because this whole doc was made with the help of Red, I just say Cinder and Red together, but this is Cinder's words. Cinder basically says that Shy Lily is the mastermind and is the entire, she was the fuel to the fire. According to Cinder and this doc, nonetheless had gone to Shy Lily and showed Shy Lily screenshots of Red's behavior. And according to Cinder, with no real evidence, by the way, has and started the entire smear campaign and slowly but surely convinced Nano and other people to drop a doc on Cinder. Here is the quote-unquote evidence of this. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's so fucking ridiculous that three grown adults do this to each other. But whatever. These are taxpayers, by the way. The first section is once again about the V card thing that I gave you earlier, where they miscommunicated between the manager of V cards, read, obviously Cinder's manager and Cinder herself, about the prices of the cards, how many packs there were going to be per box, and how many cards per pack per box. These are questions that Cinder wanted like concrete answers so she could answer her chat, which is fucking normal, right? In this little part right here, it's the V-Card manager saying a few updates, saying that specifically the booster V-Card boxes were not going to be $84.99. It was going to be $89.99. Cinder had taken that information and just set it on stream because that was the information provided to her by the V-Card manager. And that's it, right? While watching one of Shy Lily's unboxing streams on launch day, Shy Lily said these words right here.
V-Card thingy. Also, there are rumors that some information has made its way to the public without that information supposed to be being public.
Looking forward to collecting V-cards.
Thank you, so save that for the V-cards. That's important. Yeah, any information that wasn't known up until sometime today-ish, today's time frame, plus minus time zones, that was never supposed to be public. Also, half of that info is just plain wrong.
Phone mount too?
So, because Shy Lily said those words, clearly they're attacking Cinder, right? That's how it works, right? Trust me, bro. That's exactly. She meant you, bro. Trust me, she's talking to you, little bro. She's talking to you. Whatever. Cinder basically, in her doc, says that she's upset and angry that Shy Lily just shot all the information she had gotten provided by, quote unquote, the source of V-cards. And they went back and forth, and she yaps a lot about how she was feeling and the miscommunication and blah, blah, blah. But again, credit to Cinder where credit is due. She went to Shy Lily again and just straight up fucking asked her like a fucking human being and adult should do. Where she gives Shy Lily the exact spiel about how she didn't mean to misrepresent the price of V-cards. People got a little upset in her chat because of it. That she is sorry that she quote unquote leaked information that wasn't supposed to be out there yet during that time. And which is that, like, she can forgive her and apologizes for it, right? Actually, adult behavior? Crazy. And Shy Lily responds with, Cinder, don't worry. I had some annoying chatters tell me a bunch of info never released, and they were spreading stuff around my Discord when I literally told them the day before that the info isn't going to be available until launch. But they blew up my Discord claiming VTubers have been claiming that stuff on stream. And then today I had a bunch of people in my chat upset that I quote unquote changed the price. Like, bro, get off my dick, limo. I didn't do shit. But yeah, it was during my day off. I didn't want to make a tweet or anything correcting shit because that's low-key a bit weird. Like, making drama out of potential misunderstanding. Like in your case, Lamau. So I just mentioned on stream to not trust any sources that have been spreading info and only believe info I publish. Game subs, V-cards, or any other direct sources, which Cinder is. I also doubt you were the only one talking about it. Plus, if you asked Gigi on behalf of chat and no one told you it wasn't supposed to be in public, well, that's on them. They could have clarified that to you. Literally nothing you could have done about that. And that's it. And then Shy Lily says like a little like the heart picture. And then she also says, huge fucking respect for reaching out about the info leak stuff. That takes a lot of balls, Lamau. Crazy! It's almost like this could just happen privately. Wow! What is this? A normal conversation? What am I? Oh, that's not a VTuber thing anymore. Right? Okay. So, here goes into more quote-unquote evidence of why Shy Lily hates Cinder. Quote-unquote. Okay. Shy Lily, Cinder, and a bunch of other people were supposed to collab together on playing a game together, right? Oh shit, there's an ad break. Okay, we're gonna just wait until the ad break is done before I continue because I don't want people to miss anything, so we're just gonna watch dogs. Just be cute for like 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, like 3 minutes. Dogs being cute. While this is happening though, if you just want to like give me your opinion so far and I can like react to it while the ads are going, please give it. What do you mean I don't have to air out everything in public? I know, it's crazy! You can just talk? So what is the problem here exactly? It just sounds regular. Basically, that Cinder thinks that Shy Lily hates her. That is quote-unquote the main issue. This part of the doc so far is Cinder's quote-unquote evidence of why Shy Lily doesn't like her. And we'll get into it. Trust me. Actual taxpayer behavior. This is just sad. Shy Lily is savage in a tweet. I agree though. Also that Shy Lily is masterminding her downfall and making her tits like. Listen. It is insane that you would think someone as huge as Shy Lily would fucking give a fuck. Like, is she the hater before she for sure doesn't know? I mean, I can't say I disagree. Like, it's kind of, yeah. I never knew Shy Lily could act like that in the tweet, but I'm not active in the VTuber circle. Shy Lily is very notorious for being... She's very blunt, and I want to say this is very much like a cultural thing. A lot of German people are very blunt just by nature. Like, it's the same with Nordic people as well. Like, we're just a very blunt kind of people, but I think it's partially also language-based because the language is very... like direct. So you just kind of end up sounding really angry or really like blunt, but you're also just kind of directly translating from your language to English, right? So yeah, like I have had that myself. Like I've had people be like, oh my god, you sound so angry, or oh my god, like you're so blunt, like that's really rude. And I'm like, but like, it's mostly because I have to translate from Norwegian into English and then say that out loud within the context of that conversation. And then German is literally the exact same, you know? Hey, welcome back from the ads. All right, back to the document. Okay. Here is Cinder's evidence of why Shy Lily doesn't like her. Number 1, skipping out on collabs. According to Cinder, Shy Lily would cancel collabs very last minute because Cinder was part of it. What is the evidence? That Shy Lily would cancel collabs. That's it. She very rarely gave like an exact reason because you don't fucking have to. There are times and you can just straight up go, hey, I don't feel like collabing today. Okay, that's fine. And according to Cinder, the very last collab she had with Shy Lily after the V-Card collab was this collab with fucking Khan and her and sorry, I forgot their name, but I know who they are. But whatever, they were playing Mario Party. Anyway, here's the first like real evidence. Cinder reaches out to Shy Lily about playing Split Fiction together, which is by the way, like a co-op game, very similar to that whole dating game, whatever. Shy Lily just very simply goes, "Sorry, I'm gonna have to pass. WoW, as in World of Warcraft, new season dropping Wednesday, and I'm gonna take an extra day off and just play WoW with my friends." Okay. Cinder saying, "No problem, Lily. Hope you have fun." And Lily responds a couple days later with something that we don't get to see, I think. We do get to see it. I'm crazy. Shy Lily reaches out to Cinder about a OBS issue, about disconnection issues with her OBS. And Cinder does her best to try to help and give advice. And they kind of just like meme about it because she didn't really like have any real advice and just said it kind of just stopped happening. That's kind of it. And here's where like Lily canceling collabs becomes the thing. After this, there were 2 different reboot collabs Shelly and I were both supposed to be part of. This is when I thought things started to change between me and Shy Lily. Cinder was supposed to be collabing with Shoto and a bunch of other people, like playing Repo, and Shy Lily was supposed to be a part of it, but cancelled last minute due to the Bikini Bottoms collab. And people, quote unquote, understood. And it wasn't a problem to Cinder. Okay. The second collab never happened, but was being planned in a group chat. Shy Lily was added to the chat, but apparently couldn't make it shortly after. And she never messaged in that chat directly before she was removed. And here is the screenshot of her being removed from this fucking... Okay. Whatever. And here is like one of the quote-unquote biggest evidence, right? Cinder is DMing Shy Lily, and Shy Lily is just not responding. Cinder is saying like, "Do you want to play V-Card Sim together sometime soon? Miss you during the Repo collab last week. Hope you're doing well, Lily." No response. Reaches out again. That was in March 20th. In April 7th. Or, "I found this cute co-op Souls-like slime game. Looks like there's water and fire slime we can play as." No reply. April 11th. "Have a good stream, Lily." And bumping this in case you missed it. Again, no reply. April 21st. "Hi, Lily. Is everything okay? I know I've been told you aren't the best with messages, and I get we're both super busy with things all the time, but I kind of feel like I've upset you in some way and wanted to ask you directly." No response. Then the infamous clip happens. She raids Shy Lily. And okay, you know what? For the people who haven't seen the clip in chat, try to like notice what is quote unquote wrong. I want to see if anyone notices.
Ignore what you just saw. Okay. Ooh! Oh my goodness! Hello! Oh! Hello, Raiders! Hello! I am playing Berserker. It's called The Last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours. Hello, everyone! Hello! The Pyropop raid! Hello, Pyropops! What did you guys do? I am low-key addicted. I usually... Okay, so most people know me for my gacha addiction, but I really like Souls-like games and similar mechanically challenged games. This game feels like a really cool... Oh, Cobblemon. Oh, shit. I want to play Cobblemon too. That's sick. Well, that's...
Exactly, fake nudes. she didn't say directly, thank you, Cinder, for the raid. Honestly, friendship over. Honestly, blocked, killed, out. Yep, that is genuinely one of... Yep. She didn't acknowledge Cinder directly for the raid. And that is apparently a thing. Okay. And once again, she raised Shylily.
Hello.
And this is
Hello,
that.
Jupi_Taru. The beer is to the left.
Actually,
Condoms you find used on the floor.
This is Lily's
I'm
reaction.
excited to hang out tomorrow, cause like, you know how it is. Stuff just happens, and now I'm busy. But you know, if you bagged me, I guess I could maybe move things around.
Pirate Pop
Who
raid happening right
knows? Who
there.
knows? Oh, hello, Pyro Poopers! Hi! How you doing? We're playing some Honkai Star Rail. We had a sponsor earlier. Oh, we do... No, we don't have a sponsor anymore. It's been like an hour since. I'm catching up in Honkai. It's really cool. I got the dragon lady. Hello, Pyro Poppers. What did you guys do? Look at Pops. Go ahead.
Honestly, fucking killer. Yup. That's it. And she didn't say once again. Thank you, Cinder. Thank you, Cinder VTuber, for the raid.
I don't have time to play them all. I'm constantly in a loop of catching up with stuff.
That's literally it. That is okay. And okay, what I will say, personal opinion time of this section of the document so far. I understand 100% and sympathize that if you are reaching out to someone that you feel like are a friend and they are not replying to you at all, right? Like it's a little like, okay, sure, like couple messages here and there, sure, fine, whatever. But like multiple like raids, multiple messages, and they don't like fully, like they don't like acknowledge you like directly, right? But my thing here is she does acknowledge you though. She says hi to the Pirate Pups, which is your community. Like, what? I have raided people. I have raided friends. Friends I am close with many times. And many times they say, oh, Club Curl raid. They don't go, thank you, Szycrotic. Thank you so much, Szycrotic, for the raid. They just go, oh yeah, how is your stream? Who fucking cares? Oh my god. I understand the sympathy. Like I understand like the fucking anger it can cause when you're reaching out to someone you feel like you're having an issue with. And to Cinder's credit, once again, she did reach out to Shylily to try to see if there was a problem, and Shylily did not reply. That is on Lily 1000%. 100%. But that also, to me, goes to show that if Lily had some kind of agenda against you, wouldn't she want to try to be close to you so like none of that could be blamed on her? Right? Like, doesn't that make more sense? Why in the fuck would somebody who quote-unquote has an agenda against you ignore you deliberately multiple times and then start this? That's so fucking stupid. Also, like, not to be rude here or whatever, but like straight up, sometimes people just fucking forget. Like, you can be the closest friend ever. I have family members I would fucking die for that I miss messages to all the time. Okay? And like and to be fair, from like the way they are interacting and talking, it doesn't seem like, again, this is my personal opinion, that Shy, Lily, and Cinder was like the super closest human beings ever made, right? It just seems like two people who were like friendly, sure, but not like super close or anything. Like, okay, so kind of weirdly makes sense, right? Also, pay attention. Chat, pay attention. Come on. Bark and chat. Make sure you're counted. Bark, bark. So, okay. The same time when Cinder raided Lily for the second time, the gotcha game VOD, Red reaches out to Nano for some reason and asks if about the model and what ask about the model, and then goes in for talking about Lily. And this is what I mean is super gross and weird. And I wanna really show this. They talk about, or first interaction is saying, congratulations on Lily's model, Nano. Nano saying thank you. And then they go in with the, when did she ask you about doing one? And do you have a lot of other models lined up besides ours? Which is a normal question to ask as a manager. And this little part right here is quite normal, right? And here comes that gross little icky thing that I was talking about. They're using an palpable, kind of probable excuse to basically ask about Lily. Messaging Nano semi-recently to make sure that Lily is on Discord. That's what they're doing. And you can see it right here where Red goes, when did she ask you about doing one? And do you have a lot of other models besides ours? And it's basically him. And then down here, was it recently Lily messaged you, or has it been planned for a while? I know what the fuck you're doing. You're using the excuse of being a manager and using a semi-palpable, probable, I just love the word palpable, sorry, probable excuse to reach out to someone to just see if somebody has been on Discord. That's what you're doing. You're not fucking slick about it. Stop fucking hiding. It would have actually somehow been weirdly a little less scummy, in my opinion, if you had just reached out and been like, hey, has Lily messaged you recently? For some reason, that to me at least is like not as scummy and weird. And don't get me wrong, they might have genuinely been interested in like what models Nano had like planned and whatever, sure, and just kind of like double whammied it. But that's not how it reads at all. And when you are messaging like this, all you're doing is making yourself look 10 times worse. It's gross and weird. I don't get it, but whatever. Palpable. It's probably why I love the word palpable. But again, this is more a Red giving context to why he asked certain questions, talking more about Lily. And here, that fucking weird, icky feeling again. Hi, Nano, do you have more plans with Lily besides just a model, like outfits or merch or anything? Been just a model so far, I smile. Okay, smile. Her asking you for the model recently just made my antenna go up. she's been acting weird towards Cinder lately, and we don't know if something is wrong or is going on. I mean, oh, that's weird ever since the V card launch. But what do you consider weird? And that's the important part. Every content creator, every VTuber, every person, especially on the internet, will find certain things weird that others don't. Okay? For me, as an example, I'm a sex worker and a trans woman. If somebody comes up to me and they go, hey, how big's your dick? Right? That's fucking weird no matter who you are. But when you have and do the things I do, that's not the weirdest question on earth. It's rude as fuck and you shouldn't do it, obviously, duh. But when you do things within certain context, it's not that weird, right? And when someone, as an example, say maybe a German person who's very busy and also one of the largest fucking VTubers on the planet, doesn't reply to another VTuber, that's not that weird. I have had people, me personally, once again, this is more personal experience, have had people DM me being like, oh my god, do you hate me? Because I haven't like replied to a tweet or something. Which you might think that's very fucking weird. But everyone's tolerance and context of what do you consider weird or what is your limit of whatever is different, right? And I understand that some people have different needs emotionally when it comes to being friends, right? I am one of those people where like if we don't speak for like 7 years, right? And like suddenly you kind of come back into my life and we didn't have like a massive falling out or something, right? I'll talk to you just like I talked to you the first time. Like it doesn't, like nothing has changed, right? But there are people who need more consistent communication to feel like the friendship is like, you know, there. And that's completely valid. Both are valid. You just have to communicate that and make sure that you're connecting with certain people who have, you know, the same brain as you, basically. You gotta vibe together. And that's basically this entire section, which we have seen before because it has been in other docs. But it's basically Red talking about Lily, saying that she's being weird to Cinder, not communicating with her, ignoring her DMs, ignoring her raids. But, anyway, sorry. What Red does, and this is where I feel like it's very scummy, even with all the context here, Red does state that, quote unquote, Shy Lily has ignored Cinder's raids now twice, right? But doesn't provide links to show that in any way, shape, or form. And you can't even use the excuse of like, oh, maybe the VODs weren't on the VOD YouTube channel, because you could just use the fucking VODs on Twitch. And Shy Lily is a partnered streamer, which means those VODs are there for at least 60 days plus. So unless Lily has VODs behind a paywall or like just didn't publish those VODs, you could have shown those VODs. Actually, now that I think of it, both those VODs had sponsored segments in them, so both of them had to be public, which are usually sponsored requirements. And so the sponsors can go through the VOD and make sure that like their game or whatever you're doing is represented properly. But whatever. So the VODs would have been there and Red could have shown Nano the context of what he's saying. But if somebody that you have trusted and known for a very long time go, hey, this person is ignoring this other person, like raid, right? And somebody just says that flat out to you, you're going to react like, what the fuck? That's weird. That's so fucking shitty of them. Because you're not giving anything other than that text statement, right? And I feel like in this section right here that Red and Cinder kind of went like, oh, we fucking got him now. But none of these extra details and messages that you are showing give any more context to anything that already we knew. it doesn't matter. Like, okay? And it's basically just them going over the fucking DMs here. And then once again, credit to Cinder. She had tried to reach out to another person and try to figure out like why Lily isn't responding to her. I'm pretty sure this is Lily's manager. I am not completely 100% sure. But whatever. Again, Cinder tried to reach out in DMs, right? But once again, they do say that that Lily is bad at communicating through DMs and Discord very specifically and whatever. And that's kind of the Shy Lily section. That's it. It's not communicating. Cinder did, in fact, try to reach out, which I want to give credit for. She tried to reach out in DMs. I cannot give you exactly why Shy Lily wasn't replying, besides we don't know, besides maybe she just got fucking busy and completely forgot. But I don't think Lily ignored Cinder in any way, shape, or form in these two clips, because she both times say, Pyro Pop Raid, what did you do on stream? Did you have fun? And explaining what she is doing. That's very normal. Something that for some reason, I see a lot of larger creators do, and this might just be because you're larger and you want to hang out with your community, you just might do this more. Go to your fucking friend's stream. Like, don't raid them, but go there just you and just say hi or whatever. And even if oh, I don't want to say hi in their chat because it destroys, the attention on them, have a secret account to tell them about or something. Oh, again, this is very high school drama shit. But that is the massive Shy Lily section. Okay. Also, if you want to be counted, barking chat, come on. This is the Silver Veil part. This is Cinder giving context and also explaining her feelings of being compared to another person and showing a lot of similarities between what Silver had done and a lot of similarities between what Cinder had done and what Silver has posted, whatever. That's it. It is a lot of I'm going to be very honest, sure, very weird coincidences, 100%. And there's a lot of moments where I'm like, that's kind of weird. But it doesn't seem malicious in my way, or at least in my opinion. There is a part, there is a part where I wanted to show if I can find it very quickly, but basically Cinder had posted, yeah, here it is. Oh my god! Oh, it's so funny. So Silverveil had posted basically just Gooner bait, right? Just bouncing your titties, which is fuck yeah, we fucking love titties here. I got fucking love titties. And Cinder had posted that way earlier and even replied to Silver with, we have the same brain cell. Lemao! And I'm like, girl, please, this is, no. Don't do that. That's cringe. No, not the cringe. And don't get me wrong. Sure, I can understand how that can be frustrating, obviously, but girl, you're not the fucking proprietor. You're not fucking the first one to bounce your tits on the internet. I'm sorry. You're not. Can you imagine if I did that? You know how many fucking people I see who are more goonery or at least slightly more lewd now? Because there are more people around them that are more lewd and they feel more confident to do so, am I going to go to every single person being like, you can't say the word gooner, that's mine? Imagine. And also, this might just be me, posting your own tweets under someone else's tweets is fucking weird. That's weird as fuck to me. That's so weird. And crazier that somebody as large as Cinder with as many numbers as her goes and does that shit. That's so fucking weird. I don't get it. But they are talking basically about some miscommunication. They do apologize in certain parts about how they acted and how they reacted to certain things, but still goes on within a lot of the screenshots, talking to Red, whatever, about like being compared to Silver, specifically with Nano, and Red again talking about Silver, how Cinder and Silver are compared to each other all the time. This entire section, by the way, is also 210 pages, but it is mostly just screenshots, again, between Red and Nano, and I already covered this earlier, but it's basically the exact same shit. It is Red complaining about Silver and Cinder being compared to each other, and that Cinder feels really, 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 really bad about it. And that's it. That's it. That it's okay. Further down, they do apologize and say they shouldn't have been as aggressive or viewed Silver as competition again. And that's it. If you care about, people comparing each other and maybe like yoinking from each other, content-wise, this section is important to you 1000%. And I'm not gonna front, there are definitely some similarities where I'm like, that's a little too close to home. But when you're a content creator, people steal from each other all the time. It's going to happen. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how big you are. If you do something and it gets noticed, it will just keep happening. I am sorry, but it is what it is. Sure, it can be upsetting, but like 200 fucking pages and having your manager / partner complaining to an artist that you've been working with for so long about it is weird. That is beyond weird and still super fucking weird. And again, all of these extra screenshots of Nano just shows that, yeah, Nano likes the tea, sure. But some of these DMs between Nano and Red, and this is where it gets a little gross, I'm not gonna lie, between Red and Nano, where Red is very, very hardcore trying to make Nano not work with Silver, but then backing off and saying, oh, but I also understand she's a big client though. Do you know what kind of pressure you're putting on someone, especially when they feel smaller than you? When you say shit like that, that's weird as fuck. And you are the one with Cinder behind you, so that pressure is even bigger because Cinder is such a big name. So this entire part, to me, is the grossest part because it is just Red and Nana going back and forth about Silver and being compared, and Cinder and Silver being compared to each other, whatever. But there are multiple times when Red is saying like, oh, maybe you should just work with us. So this is also another huge, big, important part, but it still boils down to whatever we already knew, right? It's not really new information. It's just more information. And I will say that Cinder reaching out to Shy Lily, and even had some conversations with Silver is good of her, but this entire doc should have just been that, But, oh yeah, also she was mad that Shy Lily and Silver collabed. That's okay. But besides that, and this entire spite section, if you really care, is, again, it's literally the exact same as the silver section, except a lot less screenshots and also a bit more apologetic. Besides that, towards the end of the doc, she just says that she's sorry for everything happening. She should have been a better friend and should have not let Red communicate the way he did. And that she's returning back to streaming. Red is going to still be her manager, but she's going to oversee stuff more herself. And she's looking forward to the future and hope we can all like move past it. And that's it. That's the doc. That is a massive summary of it. We're finally done. Let's go. I did it. Yay. I am so tired. I did it. Yeah. My head hurts so much. I have stared at that like gray and white page for like fucking 3 days straight at this point. And I'm so tired. I am so tired. I'm going to put TTS back on now. My God. TTS is back on. That is the entire doc. Sorry it took so fucking long, but 1,000 pages condensed down to, a couple of hours isn't actually, plus, stream genuine, like, stream distractions. Chad, I'm very proud of you. Here. Have some dog clicks. You did so good. You sat through that with me. I'm so proud of you. God, my headache. I hope this helped anyone fucking like figure shit out a little bit more about the doc, and I hope it doesn't seem as intimidating anymore. Nothing changes except Sonder and actually, thank you. I do need something to drink. Nothing changed except Sonder and Red are conspiracy theories about Shy Lily. Yes, kind of. Sonder, by the way, is crazy. The entire doc definitely is more like, I am bad, but so are other people too. Trust me. And again, Red and Nano, the way they speak to each other does not feel like a manager-artist relationship, and I don't like that. I don't fuck with that at all. I think that if you are a manager, if you're a person of, and you represent someone, you have to be professional and kind of like disconnect a little bit from that person. And here we are. That is the entire doc. That is everything. And honestly, my opinion on Cinder hasn't changed, really. Like, I understand that when you have so many people kind of dogpile on you, you just really badly want to defend yourself and show everything because you feel like you're not in the wrong. But you're still in the wrong. I am sorry, but you are. If I hire someone and that person represents me, right? In whatever way I have determined that they should represent me in, whether they are a mod or a manager or an editor or an artist, whatever, right? To some degree, that person is an extension of you. As an example, if one of my mods go into another streamer's chat and start being like super racist and weird, to some degree, that is my fault because I have to vet people properly. It is my job to understand who I am having help around, right? And I understand that you can't be responsible for other people's actions, obviously, but you kind of have to be a little bit when there is someone who is so close to you like Red, who is not only your manager, but your partner as well. And that is extremely important. So that is the summary. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me your opinions because I am fucking curious what everyone thinks. Let me also do a lot of the fucking redeems. Hopefully, wait. I'm doing a lot of redeems real quick. So if you redeem something like good girl, good puppy, whatever, pay attention. Pay attention, chat. Pay attention. Crow, you're such a good puppy. Thank you so much for waiting like 2 whole hours. You want to go outside? You want a treat? You want a treat? You want treats? It's right here. Come and get him. My voice feels like I've been fucking gargling gravel. Elizabeth, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Rains, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for waiting half an hour. Thank you so much for being here. And Alice, you're such a good puppy. You want to go outside? You want me to get your collar? You want to go outside? You need to go outside? You want to be on all fours? Okay, I got through the redeems as well. Let's go! Okay. Wow. Whoa, why is OBS crashing a little bit? Reopening old wounds I didn't need. Just say, yeah, fucked up. That's easy. True. As someone that knew nothing of this stuff, they seem like a complete weirdos. Do me and you have the same name? No. Well, maybe. The fact that the return is happening this quickly really showed the insincerity of the individual and their partner. I have opinions, Smile. I have opinions myself. Yup. Yep. To be fair, my opinion is very much the same. I think that I understand 100% that she doesn't want to give up a Cinder. And she has a community. Like during Cinder's, I think, birthday or anniversary or something, Pyropups was trending on Twitter. I saw a bunch of art. There was like one of the largest hype trains on Twitch, like in her chat, things like that. And do I think Cinder is the worst human being ever? No, obviously not. But I do think that if you have someone who is that close to you, who fuck up that badly, and you choose to have them around, but that's just a theory. Game theory. Goon theory. Thanks for coming. That's going to be the ending of all my audio stuff on Blue Twitch now. Hi, Hora! I'm just done with summarizing the entire doc. It took me like 2 or 3 days, like fully read through everything and make my notes and whatever. My head hurts. I do not want to hear the word Cinder redacted and none unless for the next 4 fucking months. Ugh. Jesus Christ. That's hilarious. For anyone who has commissioned me over on Blue Twitch, make sure to listen to all the way through the end so you just hear the and thanks for coming. It's so much funnier in my head because like I recently did a new audio like literally yesterday. Oh my god, that is so funny actually. So like it would literally go from like, yeah, you fucking love that. I'm glad you enjoy it. Now, Thanks for watching. Oh. If I did that on anyone's audio, I can't not do this. I'll try. Hardest stroking game I've ever had, but we got through it in the end. 4 strokes. I'm sorry. I'm an ally. We love Hora on this stream. Can we get a shout out for Hora, by the way? Wonky Slayer, thank you so much for tier 1, sweetie. You know what's so funny? I had a friend of mine listen in on the stream, like last stream, where I added the clicker, and they were like, "Hey, like just letting you know, the way your voice sound like when you're talking like quietly and normally, right, and you're just more relaxed, I think you will trigger TOS because it's quite breathy, and I don't want TOS to think that you're just moaning into the microphone." And I'm like, the fuck do I do? All right, gamers. No more voice training. This is it. Sorry. Can't go back now. Sorry. Forever stuck with this voice. Hi. Oh my fucking lord. Newest side audio. Sans is a gooner. Thanks. I absolutely fucking hate it on multiple levels. I hate that so much. A weird sexy tales from a Twilight Zone that ended with, but that's just what can happen in the goon zone. You want to tell us to go lie down that way, Sai? For context, for the people who haven't seen it, my dog, obviously I speak to her in Norwegian. So sometimes when she isn't like listening to me, I drop my voice and I tell her to go like lay down. And some people quite like that. I had one person reach out to me being like, hey, hey, can I request an NSFW audio, but like old voice? And I'm like, I don't know. Probably. Welcome back to you, girl. I hope you had a good, woo! Holy shit. I hope dogs are doing okay. The command I give her is, go like that. Which literally translates to just like go sleep or like go lay down. Very normal. Holy fuck. I'm so normal about this. Smile. It's so fine. Smile. It's okay. Smile.
Common sigh, give T-Girl 69,420 a kiss.
Why did you say the entire number? You could just say 60. Okay, whatever. What the fuck? No. Oh. But yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed my summary of the doc, and I hope I did a good enough job for people to not feel like they missed out or anything. But once again, I will say there will be details I 100% like missed, glazed over, didn't notice, whatever. And there's probably things I got wrong, whatever. I know for a fact I didn't get the main vibes of everything in the doc, like wrong or anything. I know that for sure. But I do just always encourage that never only listen to summaries. Okay, like if you're super interested and you're very and you're very invested, please go read the doc yourself, or at least the parts you're interested in, because there is a lot of information. So Go show it. Go do things. Read things, do things. And don't be afraid to like open the 1,000 pages of Google Doc. It is just screenshots. It is not actually 1,000 pages of words. Well, Lynn, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. I remember, I am still so sorry. There was like one person who was new to the community who came in here, and I was like doing that bit with my old voice where I was just like this like shitty fuckboy person, like as a bit, and they came in and I was like, I gotta do it. What do we even do now? Fucking relax and just vibe for a second. I just spent 2 hours summarizing. I'm gonna fucking chill. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna yap and relax my brain. Ugh! Fuck! Fun fact, if they go to court...
Emotional, damn it!
Fun fact, if they go to court, judge can dismiss, at least in the US, arbitrarily lengthy arguments. I saw that, Kono, I think, made a little statement about it, how if I think it was like if it's above or over 24, 25 pages, apparently if you have a court document that or summary or whatever that is above 25 pages, it can be dismissed because it's too long. But also, I think that's like really important, right? We could do with the New Ways version of the trans rights or human rights green screen clips, to be fair. That is very true. Where is my blue screen? Did you also die, you fucking piece of shit? Ah!
Goon for the good queen.
What the fuck? What happened here? Do I have to... Whatever. Blue... Wait a minute. Am I the drama? Am I the drama? I do have it. I fucking knew it! What? Perfect. Perfection, even. Alright. Wait, let me take away this and take away this. Oh, so you can get a clean clip as well. You know what? I'm going to do a couple of versions. First, we have the trans rights are human rights and fuck you if you think otherwise. The classic. Trans rights are human rights and fuck you if you think otherwise. I zoomed in like an idiot. Trans rights are human rights and fuck you if you think otherwise. Fuck. Where is it? Where's my... Here it is. Support trans rights or die. We're bringing old school shit back. Trans rights, baby. Use those clips, have fun with them, edit them, I don't care. Do whatever the fuck you want. Listen, who am I, your mom? I should be. Get in your bed. Go do your... Go fucking do your dishes. Put on the leash. Put on the fucking collar. Also, trans rights are human rights. Visit Norway, see the viewers. Pay your taxes, avoid ICE, destroy their windows. I mean, who said that? I mean, what? I'm already in bed. Get the fuck out of bed and then go back in bed just because I told you to. Just because I like having control over people. I mean, what? What? Come here. Who said that? Come here. What? Orange 100, thank you so much for the follow. Also, I thought he said 1,000 and I almost had a panic attack. I just felt 1,000. Don't say 1,000, please. Oh, Lord. Hi, Blue. Welcome in, sweetie. Ugh. Did you see my message earlier? Oh, sorry. What did you say? So sorry, when did you... when you... I'm not gonna fucking read anymore. I'm sorry. I'm giving up on speaking. When did you tease good girl redeems? You use my name? I hate it here. I hate everything. I'm sorry! You can't fucking redeem shit when I am doing other things! I'll be distracted! Ow. Ow! Ah! Ah! Okay. Oh my god. I just sat on my hair so badly. Oh my fuck. Oh, that hurt like a bitch. Oh. That's not how I want my hair pulled. Fuck, that hurt. Actually, holy shit. Ugh. Yeah, every time I stream, I have to tie my hair up like really hard. I can either do like a really long ponytail, or what I usually do, I just kind of like use the fucking like lazy clip method. But I couldn't fucking find my hair clip today. So I was just like, okay, ponytail it is. And then I just, ugh. See you later, Pirate. Thank you for being here, sweetie. Imagine getting distracted. Couldn't be me. What is that? Yeah, my hair is like right past my ass, basically. It's like just...
Conservative would never support violence against anyone, unless you're gay, trans, Mexican, black, don't like Trump, or anything that isn't a straight white American.
Yup. Like, my hair now is a little bit past my ass-ish. Actually, I think it's actually a bit further than my ass. I think my 2.0 ref shit has slightly longer hair than I do IRL at this point. Let me see. Let me double check. Yeah. So this is 2.0, by the way, if you haven't seen it before. But in 2.0, my hair is like down here-ish, right? But IRL, my hair is more like right below my ass, kind of crotch level-ish. So when I sit down or I'm like moving around or whatever, it's just like, suddenly it's just like, oh yeah, you're sitting on your hair. Which sucks. But I refuse to get my hair cut. I love my hair. I love my hair so much. The only thing is, every single person I meet, they go, oh my God, you have such long hair. And I'm like, what? I didn't notice. What? Who would tell me this information? What the fuck? I didn't notice it. Ugh. I once grew my hair a bit below my shoulders, but it was shedding like a husky because of that. My hair doesn't really shed, so I'm quite lucky in that way. That and like I have really thick hair, so like it just stays in my fucking skull. Having a hard time not going full parasocial right now. No, they're going full parasocial. Don't do it. Chat. Parasocial. Yeah. I have to brush my hair every, like, I don't know, a couple of hours or so because it's just so long. But also, I love it. Also, the best feeling ever is when you're like, when you have like, okay, I'm talking when you like do an everything shower, right? Like everything. I can't do an everything shower with my hair because it's so long. So if I'm showering, if I'm washing my hair, it's like that's the only thing I'm doing, right? But once the hair is like dry and like you get to brush it and it's like silky and smooth, and it just feels nice and soft. Oh, it's so good. Oh, like my favorite thing to do after I just like got like a good hair wash in. You know what? I'm gonna fucking wash my hair today. It's just like I sit here, like if I'm sitting here like editing or whatever, half of the time my hair is just in my face because I'm just like because it's soft and comfortable. I still don't know what the fuck not everything shower is. Okay, so when you like have a general shower, like say like, oh yeah, maybe worked out or something, right? It's not good for your hair and your hair follicles to shower and to wash your hair like super, super often because it's just not, right? So like shampoo and conditioner are good for your hair, but not like every day, not even every other day, especially if you have longer hair, because the further the hair is from your head, the like technically the weaker it gets. So if you have really, 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 really long hair like I do, you can't like shampoo and condition that hair all the time. Like once a week should be more than enough, really. Unless you have like, if you're like super sweaty or you have extremely thick hair like I do, then you have to wash it a little bit more because there's going to be like sweat and shit like trapped in your hair. So like when I go and I trim my hair and my ends and stuff, I always thin out my hair as much as they can be bothered to do, honestly. And goes like, I don't know, 2 weeks and it's just back to normal, but whatever. But so if you're having like an everything shower, like you shave, you condition, you fucking shampoo that shit, you shave everything, like everything. You like do your skincare routine, you fucking, I don't know, brush your mouth even. Like you do everything. Like skincare, everything you gotta get done, right? Where a general shower is like 10 minutes tops. Like you go in, you rinse off, you like wash the main parts of your body, and then that's it. That's like a general shower, right? Like maybe just like kind of rinse off mostly. And just make sure that you're like clean or whatever. But if you're doing like an everything hour, like you're scrubbing, you're making sure like your skin is smooth, like you do like everything, but it takes forever. It takes so long. That and like it gets hot and steamy, which is hot and nice and genuinely really fucking sexy for like 5 seconds, and then you're like, I am overheating and want to die. Ugh. Because like also I realized something completely off topic slightly. The best thing you can do if you want to have a more like sensual voice that I realized I have started doing, but I didn't realize I've been doing it more, is talk about self-care in a sensual way. One, it's hot as fuck, like oh my god. And two, it also helps with softening your voice, which is part of voice training. Because like softening your voice automatically, one, raises your larynx even a little bit, which does help over time, obviously. But two, it also helps with like control of your voice as well. So like, and you can fucking do it. You can just use as an example like a shower. Imagine this, just like. So I'm gonna run a steamy hot shower. I'm gonna brush my hair and wash my wet body with soap. Shave everything and feel silky and smooth. Oh, so much better. Like, oh my god. What the fuck? Music, come on. Thank you. Ugh. in some sense, I'm glad men aren't expected to do that kind of stuff, because fuck, that's a lot, but men should be taught to take better care of their skin. Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to do that shit now. Get shit braided up. Let's go! Okay, to be fair, not every guy is like that, though. Not most, but like a lot of men, especially now, is a lot better. Like, I don't think I've met a guy who has like a 4-in-1 like shampoo, bottle, conditioner, motor oil, lube. At least not that I can think of. Maybe I just didn't notice. I still haven't found out how to properly take care of my hair. Crash course. Here's how to take care of your hair. Super easy TLDR guide. You should have 2 things. You should have a shampoo and a conditioner. And those 2 things should be depending on your hair type, and how long, how much hair you have, and how often you're willing to wash and take care of your hair, basically. You should, if you have very brittle and hair that sheds a lot, anything that is like you feel like you are shedding a lot, you should get a shampoo or conditioner with vitamin C in it. If you just kind of need a general guide how to take care of your hair, here it is. General rule: lukewarm water or cold water is best on your hair in general, but cold water is best for colored and dyed hair. It sticks, or it makes the color stick longer. It is better for your hair overall, and it is slightly better for your scalp. But if you can't do cold water, do lukewarm water, or as close to not fucking burning in hell hot. 2, when you are in the shower, before going in the shower, brush your hair. Never brush your hair when it's wet, ever. Best thing you can do after showering is air drying your hair, using a towel to like wrap your hair in while you're like getting ready or whatever, so you're not like dripping everywhere. Obviously, you can do that, that's fine. But the best thing is to let it air dry as much as you possibly can, or even fully. Hair dryers brittles your hair, and if you have thick hair like myself, they don't really fucking help for the like really bigger parts of your hair, so it kind of just fucking doesn't matter. And for the actual like washing your hair part, this is what you do. When you're in the shower, take your shampoo and like rub it into your hands. When it gets like foamy and like white, that's when it's ready to be in your hair, right? And you should only shampoo the top part of your hair and like the general like top part of your head, never your ends or the bigger like sections of your hair. That will get shampoo on it when you're like rinsing out. But shampoo is basically to get rid of dead skin and sweat and things like that. It's not meant for your entire hair. Where conditioner is the exact opposite. Conditioner is an unnatural product that only humans use and is not part of your hair at all. It's literally just there to make your hair silkier and smoother. And what you do the exact same thing. You fucking rub that shit in your hands, get it like all soapy and nice. And then you don't rub it into your skull. Just kind of lay it on top of your hair. With the shampoo, you want to use the tip of your fingers, not your nails. Don't like scratch your head. What that will do is it will scratch the very sensitive skin of your scalp, create tiny micro breaks in your skin, and soap and shampoo will get in there and it can damage your scalp over time. Because again, chemicals, basically. But use the tip of the fingers and just kind of rub the shampoo into your, just like kind of like this, right? And with conditioner, you just kind of put it in your hands and just like lather your fucking hair in it. The middle part, the ends. Maybe if you have like a side shave, you can do that, I guess, if you want. And that's kind of it. You should let both of them stay in your hair for at least 30 seconds. But 30 seconds to a minute is completely fine. Anyone who says like, oh, it gotta be in your hair for like at least 5 minutes or 10 minutes, that's way too long. Keep in mind that shampoo and conditioner are both chemicals. Okay? Chemicals. So having anything in your hair for that long can damage it. Keep that in mind. Sorry, that's a fucking funny ass meme. But yeah, that's like a very super general rule of washing your hair. I have zero idea on how to wash like curly hair or hair that is like more brittle or whatever. That's not what I know because that's not my life. If you have like brittler hair, if you have like really thin hair or thinning hair or a receding hairline, things like that, those are very specific things that I do not know of. And so you have to kind of Google yourself. I am sorry, I don't know. And for after you're done, like the hair is dry and everything, just brush it out as best as you can. When you are brushing your hair, never brush, like, don't brush like this. Don't ever brush from the start of your scalp. Start at the furthest away strands of your hair and brush upwards. So like you brush all those knots and little like curls out of your hair and you just move slowly but surely closer to your hair / head. But don't like drag like your hair just like that can be bad for your scalp, and also that's why sometimes shit hurts like really badly. There we go. Also, chat, you want to see Octo meme? What the fuck do you mean? Octo meme is a taken. Oh. Apparently, I have already fucking named something in my folder Octo meme in the past. That's crazy. Look at this. This is my roommate Faye. I got this. Right? We need I got this. Dark Soul boss fight. Perfect. Take his ass to the contraption! Take him to the contraption now! Be gone with thee! I hope you can use that as a meme. Take him to the contraption. Take him away! I'm just imagining.
What advice would you give to someone whose hair is so thick they can't see through it if it is draped over their eyes?
Same advice before, but you should go to the hairdresser and get it thinned out because super like thick hair can be bad for your scalp. It also doesn't let your skin breathe properly. Faye, I just imagine the contraption is just like metal screeches and like just hammer noises. And you just see some fucking like guy naked on like a pole just being dragged away. He's like, no, don't do it. And you just hear like the fucking unbelievable awful noises in the background, just like. Oh my god. Take him to the contraption. Men, take him away. The contraption, TM, coming to a torture chamber near you. But yeah, those are some general advice on hair. I hope it helps. Hair isn't that difficult once you like know the basics, because like unless you have like some other type of hair that is very specific, obviously like certain people have just like certain hairstyles or hair types that are way more harder to deal with and take care of, and you have to brush it a lot more and whatever. Braiding hair, by the way, if you are someone who has like really hardcore braids and whatever, whoever braids your hair, should they marry them. I am so serious. Sitting down and braiding someone's hair and like properly doing like proper actual braids, not only does it take forever, but it like if you ever like braided someone's hair before, like properly made like proper braids, your fingers like get cramps. I've never had cramps in my fingers like that before, because it's like the tiny movements you have to do with your the contraption would be severe punishment for the great villain. I am glad the hair advice can help anyone. One thing I regret is not having a mohawk when I had hair to do it. Young ones, do that one haircut you want when you can. What is stopping you from having a mohawk right now? Unless you accidentally, like, I don't know, lost your hair or something. Like, I fucking love, I am bald. Chat, can we get some 07s? Can we get some 07 in chat? Some just 07. Just Fs. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, you'll be happy to know that I used to have a mohawk for many years. Does that help in any way? Have you ever seen how long Samurai Jack's hair gets? That's essentially mine. Holy shit, you got long as fuck hair. Yeah, I've had... What hairstyles have I had? I have had... Oh my god, okay. I have had... So, I have had mohawk. I've had a faux hawk. I have had, obviously, just the general... The military cut. Yes, I've had a military cut. I have had the bowl cut before. Worst thing ever, but it was so nice to take care of. I've been completely bald, like 1,000, no hair, bald, was crazy. Twitter, hi! Thank you so much for the raid, sweetie. Hi, Raiders, hi! Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you're having a beautiful day. My name is Szycrotic, transform content creator here on Twitch and everywhere else. I make VTuber transformative content. We literally just finished going through the massive 1,000 page Google Doc from Cinder, and I am okay. How is your raid? What? How was your stream, sweetie? Did you have fun? What did you get up to? And of course, if you got a raid and run, take care of yourself, whatever, go do so. And also, by the way, Raiders, if you're not into like super gooner shit, my stream might not be for you. I love your TikToks. From TikTok! Oh my god! A rare TikTok enjoyer! Let's go! We are talking about hair. I'm sorry if you came in here expecting me to, like, I don't know, moan on microphone. I would love to, but also Twitch would bonk the shit out of me. I'm sorry. Played Silent Hill F. What do you think of it so far? How far are you? Tell me all the details. Give me your fucking opinions right now. If you're into... What? If you're into super gooner shit, sit in that comfy chair. If you're into gooner shit, sit in that beautiful chair of yours. Or, if you so desire, you should be on your knees next to mine. How are you enjoying Silent Hill F? I have opinions on that game. I do enjoy Silent Hill F, by the way. I love the game, or rather, I love the story of the game, but I have a lot of opinions on it. Loving it. I'm a Silent Hill fan from the OG PS1 days. Let's go! Silent Hill, baby!
dog bed next to the gamer chair. But why would you put it next to the gamer chair when I have this beautiful collar that is right under my desk you can wear right now? On my way.
So fun fact, my hair isn't normally curly, but when it goes past my shoulders, it starts to love curling in random directions, and when wet. Even worse. Not to mention, it is so thick as on the verge of being a two-person job.
Jesus Christ. That's insane. I've never heard. That's interesting that it's like curling randomly that way though. I wonder why. Might just be like genetic. Like some genetic thing. Oh my god. I thought for a second I saw more about Cinder. I was about to fucking lose my shit. It was just... Okay, I'm fine. Everything's fine. But thank you so much for the raid, sweetie. Much better than I thought it was going to be. I was a bit worried about because Konami is going to drop the ball. But it's okay. It's good. We had very similar fears because I also was like, I don't know how they're going to do this because it's fucking Konami, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really love the symbolism. I genuinely, if you are either femme or femme presenting, or you're just straight up, you're just a woman, you need to play Silent Hill 3 and F. If you never play them, or if you don't like playing video games or whatever, watch the story summaries or whatever. Those two games for women are beyond amazing. Not necessarily because, they're life-changing because the story is so good. It is the representation of being a woman in those games that are just such... it is so good. It is so incredibly good. And don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like the most subtle games ever made or anything like that, but it's just so well done, But, I love those games so much. Well, okay, I love Silent Hill 3, but that bunker section right before you get into the city, fuck that section. I hate that section. It makes no sense. It explains nothing. But whatever. Genuinely, like, I think that if you're a woman and you feel, that there isn't that much representation out there for video games or of, the struggle of just being a woman, play those games, or at least watch a story summaries or something of those games. It's very, 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 very good. I've played Silent Hill, the short message. I tried to play it, I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of gave up. I was like, but I tried. It wasn't for me, but I understand why people like it. I fucking love Silent Hill 3 is my favorite. I don't know if Silent Hill F has actually replaced my love for Silent Hill 3. Okay, OG has to be 3, but anything, if we're talking between all of them or comparing all of them, I think I like F a little bit more than 3. Just a touch. Not like it's the best, but just, a touch more. Mostly because I think I think I just like Hinako a little bit better than Heather. I'm not gonna lie. Heather is great, but I don't know. It's just something with Hinako that I just relate to a little bit more. Full disclosure, that's just male, but I love games with female characters. Completely fucking valid. I don't think that you could have to be a woman to play 3 or F or anything like that. I just think the representation of being a woman in those games
are so important, or at least can be very important for a lot of women to experience, because there isn't, well, at least there wasn't that much horror games, especially back when 3 came out, that specifically was horror based on being a woman, you know? Like, there just fucking wasn't. Especially like something as huge as Silent Hill, of course, on top of it. Now it's like you can find horror games based on like stalking and being a woman and whatever everywhere, and that's great. I love that. Genuinely, I fucking love that. I wish there was more. But yeah. Oh my god. God, I love Silent Hill. Sorry, I can like yap about Silent Hill forever. Oh my god. God, I love those games. Hair's like 2 different states of matte when it gets longer. If you have a lot of problems with your hair, you should probably cut it, maybe potentially. Just to like let it regrow to see if that will help. That can help a little bit. I should get back to finishing Silent Hill F. You should. 100%. It is really fucking good. You're only 3 hours into it. The one big criticism, I have said this many times, but the one big criticism I did have of Silent Hill F is it feels a little long, and there are sections of that game where I feel like you can't like just run past an enemy, especially towards the end, which I don't love, because the biggest reason why you can kind of like replay Silent Hill like 1, 2, and 3 kind of like easily, I guess, is that you can kind of just avoid every enemy, except for bosses, obviously, though. So you kind of like get through your replay a little bit easier and get to the parts you like more. So going to get post-stream foods, but I love your vibes. Seem like an awesome person. Shall leave a lurk. All the love. Thank you. Oh, speaking of lurkers, chat. Come on, barking chat. Get out of lurk for like 1 moment.
Damn chat, why you
Jesus
stinking up the
fucking
place?
Christ, this scared the shit out of me. Oof. Come on, keep barking. Make sure that Twitch counts you as a viewer. Bark! I just see Penguin. Bark! Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, you know what? I had someone comment on one of my Instagram posts saying that they like when I don't smile more because apparently my model looks hotter when I don't smile. What the fuck? Meow, I'm a rebel. Well, lucky for you, I love cat girls and cat boys and non-binary babes just as much as puppy boys and girls. Also, I don't know if you noticed, there is always secrets. Are we sure they're not into BDSM? You fucking better, like, at least kind of like BDSM if you watch my shit. Brad, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Did you see the comment one of my friends said they were wanting you to tell me to get on Helldivers? I did see that, actually. You know what I also noticed? So I was going through my Instagram DMs and I noticed that there was someone who was just DMing me a storm, right? And I was like, what the fuck is happening here? And there is somebody who has been DMing me their grocery list for months and I just haven't noticed. Brett, hi, sweetie. How was your stream? Did you have fun? What were you up to? Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Szycrotic. I'm a transform content creator here on Twitch and everywhere else. I make VTuber translated content, and also I do a lot of GOONER shit. If that's not for you, that's completely fine. And of course, we gotta raid and run, take care of yourself, whatever, go do so. Where the fuck? I'm trying to find them. How do you not notice? Cause, okay, like I don't want to sound like I'm flexing here, but I just get a lot of DMs, okay? Their grocery list? Yes! Like, where the fuck is this person? Yeah, found it. Okay. Their last DM was tomato cereal and toilet brush. And the one prior was tomatoes drain cleaner toilet brush. The one before that was meat drain cleaner and toilet brush. Holy fuck. Milk meat drain cleaner toilet brush, Ziploc bags and soy sauce. Ziploc bags and soy sauce, milk meat, drain cleaner, mop, protein shake, dustbin, toilet brush. Hi, Cyber. The first one was eggs, dustbin, meat, toilet brush, butter, oil, garlic, sugar, protein shake, juice. Okay. The second one they ever sent me was a puka pad, as in Puka the character. Dustbin, meat, toilet brush, sugar, protein shake, juice, puka pad 2, I guess. Dustbin, meat, toilet brush, sugar, protein shake, juice, dustbin, meat. How many fucking dustbins do you need? Meat, toilet brush, and toilet brushes. Holy fuck! Milk meat, drain cleaner, mop, protein shake, dustbin, toilet brush. Dude, how many? What the fuck is this? What do you need so many toilet brushes for? Because, okay, if they were doing that like broke man's version of a fleshlight, it would be the sponges, not toilet brushes, unless you somehow can use toilet brush, I guess. What the hell? Some strange way to try to hint you to have a house with like 15 bedrooms. I don't get it. Also, because the order always changes. Because like the first one had like eggs, dustbin, meat, toilet brush, butter, oil, garlic, sugar, protein shake, and juice. But the last one is like tomatoes and cereal and toilet brush. The toilet brush is consistent. Everything else is inconsistent. I don't get it. And it's been going on for months. It's the same over and over again. I don't get it. But okay. Sure. I don't get it. Ugh. What other, like, I've been going through my DMs recently again, just like make sure everything's fine. I usually have like one day that I dedicate going like through my my DM requests, not like my general DMs, because those I go through all the time. But I go through like the requests and try to, one, see if I can find something weird, and two, there's always something weird. Like, I have been contacted a couple of times by Hod Towered on Instagram. And the first thing he said to me was, "What's the deal with airline food? It's very plain and the prices are sky high. Bazinga." And then a couple of days later, he went, "What does a bee use to style its hair? A honeycomb. Bazinga." my god. Now there's a very old internet meme where there's always one person who has like the hot towered like profile picture who just does something like kind of like a gimmick account, and I guess this person just says shitty jokes, I guess. And my reply every time has been, "Thank you, hot towered. Thank you, hot towered." See you later, Z. Have a good shower. One time on Instagram, I got messaged by a chaser for like 2 weeks. That was my weirdest experience with DM requests. I have had too many weird fucking DM requests. Like my absolute weirdest one was definitely that person who wanted to fly me out, I think. At least that's the most memorable one. But I've had like, recently I've had a weird amount of people who says they want to like try to impregnate me. And I'm like, what? Like, bitch, the fuck, who do you think you're talking to? Welcome back, Rudolph. I'll be having a good day. Like, the fuck? Glitch Production just had a direct about updates on their shows if you're interested. I don't really care too much. The strangest one I've gotten any. Fair. I've had like, you know what's so weird? And that's, I don't know why, but I feel like I can't fully really remember like any blue Twitch message that is like super, super weird. Besides like, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Actually, the one super weird blue Twitch message, I have a story time video, short, whatever, on my socials about it. But it was a guy who DM'd me like fucking 40 times or whatever. And like kept sending me like $5 over and over again. That guy, I guess, was the like most kind of crazy I've ever had. But like, I haven't had somebody who started out like DMing me on blue Twitch and then just completely 180'd, you know? It's always like most people on blue Twitch are very respectful and very like normal. It's weird. Like, I don't know why. It's just like, I guess when you have kind of like all the cards on the table, I guess, because like if you watch my blue Twitch stuff, you've literally like heard me come. You know what I mean? Like you fucking know what's up. So like all the cards are like on the table, so isn't that like weird mystery, I guess? So people are just kind of like normal. It's weird, but it's like whatever. It's like, yeah, exactly, like post not clarity. Like I don't get it. Ugh. I don't get it. I don't understand. But also like, it's kind of nice. It's like, it's weird to feel that blue Twitch is like kind of like my comfort zone now, but it's kind of where I'm most comfortable. I've spoken about this before. I am more comfortable with horniness than with like general awkwardness, if that makes sense. You know? Like, I am more comfortable if somebody comes up to me and or like if we're like hanging out or whatever and somebody's like, I think you're like just so fucking hot, right? I am more comfortable in that environment than like, I don't know, somebody being like, oh, the way you speak is just, I don't like it. Or, oh, then, I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. It's just something I always think about. Ugh. Going to be Twitch takes some dedication compared to searching trans on Twitch, and I think more of Twitch accounts are linked to humans. I mean, true, but like, What? What? Also, I don't know if anyone has seen this or noticed it, but did you know that somebody just gave birth live on Twitch? Okay. Sure. What? What? Yep. Let me find that. Twitch streamer gives birth live in front of fucking 30,000 people. Jesus Christ. Yup. There's a Twitch streamer who, what the fuck is her name? Streamer Fandy gave birth live on Twitch. The entire labor from start to finish was streamed. Yep. Tuesday, October 7th, the content creator attracted over 50,000 viewers to her Twitch page as she delivered a baby over the course of 8.5-hour broadcast. Holy damn! The video was titled "The Water Broke Baby Time." It sees Fandy surrounded by a number of people assisting her with at-home birth, including her husband, Adam. Holy shit, she did a fucking home birth? The viral recording also captured her emotions, screams, and cries. Jesus Christ. Fandy held her newborn, whose name is Luna, in the final 45 minutes of the stream. At the end of the Twitch broadcast, her husband spoke directly to the viewers, thanked them for watching what he described as an insane experience. I mean, I have so many emotions. That is... What? Yeah. She could have shit herself live on Twitch. She probably did. When you give birth, kind of all the body, all the liquids just kind of... So, probably, question mark? Okay. I think my opinion on that is very much like, it's wholesome, I guess, in terms of, like, it's cute because, well, you know, you're giving birth and whatever. But it's also a little weird, mostly because you're monetizing your birth, and that feels a little weird. And, like, maybe, I don't know, it's a little weird because, like, they're also American, so maybe they just straight up did it to cover the medical expenses, which sounds crazy, but it's true. Like, you know, it's so weird. I want to go back in time before I learn about this. No. If I have to suffer, so do you. I'm sorry, but such be life. Ugh. I can't suffer alone.
The problem with this, that the CEO of Twitch, Dan Clancy,
Oh, yeah, he was in
actively
there.
showed up in her chat to congratulate and encourage her, which is a massive conflict of interest.
Little bit. That, and also, it feels a little weird because, like, from what I know, like, you didn't see anything besides, like, you know, her laying on the floor. You didn't, like, see anything, right? But it feels a little weird having, like, VTubers can't show thighs on stream or whatever, but somebody can straight up birth a child. Like, I understand it's like, oh, you don't see anything, but we're like, you know? Hi, Roswell, by the way. Hope you're doing good, sweetie. Hi, Spectacular. Like, you heard you heard it on the VOD, like she was screaming and stuff, but like you didn't see quote unquote anything. Like it wasn't like just like shoving a fucking camera into her pussy. It was just like kind of in the background. It's just more of a, I guess as long as you don't see it, it doesn't matter. Okay. So then with that kind of regulation, does that mean that I can like fuck off screen and I can just start like fucking someone, clapping cheeks and just go, oh yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, I was just like congratulating someone. Very enthusiastically. Like what? Just got finished with my D&D character. Hell yeah. I mean, I hope nothing was shown, but it's fucking weird to hear that. It's like a bunch of people got roped into some very off-putting kink shit. Dude, you have no idea. There was probably so many people in there just like screen recording the entire thing. Just like they got their own material for so long. So, okay. I can't accidentally even moan or be quote unquote make noises that are explicitly sexual on stream. But I can pop a baby out, no problem. You know? I don't know. It's just like, what the fuck? A Twitch TOS at its finest. Makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. Sure. Serious? Yeah, that is a real thing. I'm not allowed to I can't like moan or make noises on stream on purpose that are technically sexual. You are allowed to like, so like the context is like what matters the most, I guess. So like you have obviously like a lot of people when they scream or get startled or scared, that can kind of sound a bit sexual, right? So that is fine, but I'm not allowed to just sit here and just like moan out someone's name. But I can pop a baby out though, no problem. Like, what? Okay. Yep. Dan Clancy is copying a gooner. I mean, it's fine being a gooner, obviously. It's just like, hey, can you like let everyone else be too? Like, that would be cool. Maybe he just has a birth giving kink. Maybe he just wants people to give birth. Also, hi Gwen. Welcome in, sweetie. Are we doing good? I don't know. That is weirdo. I don't get it. Like, what the fuck? There was some other Twitch news that I completely fucking forgot about too. Oh my god. I can't remember. Ugh, whatever. If I can't remember, it doesn't matter. Where is it? I'm trying to like see if I can find it really quick. Twitch, have you done something stupid? No, I can't find it. I remember seeing something, but I don't remember. Whatever. Fuck you, bloody. You fucking piece of shit bottom bitch. How dare you even fucking be in my presence? You know how many times I've done that redeem and then just spat everywhere, like all over?
I want like a VTuber to sue Twitch for banning them, so Dan Clancy and Twitch have to try and explain to the judge why they say in their TOS they treat VTubers the same as IRL people, but don't enforce it as such and let IRL people get away with actual sex and birth on stream and VTubers can't show hips.
You just made me realize that there's probably going to be a VTuber one day, full with model and everything going on, just straight up giving birth. But like, it's just going to be their model, just like.
Angel, you're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Oh yeah, Amran can show everything with nipples and cooch, but God forbid a VTuber shows thighs. Chat, I'm about to fucking break the OS right now. You'll never take me alive! I'm fine. It's okay. Chat, I got this. My disguise is flawless. You think they will recognize me? Wait. Wait. Hey, my name is, Sai. Hey, what's up? My name is Sai, and Susie, and welcome to my new stream. Just debuted this model. Hope y'all enjoy it. Anyway. Why am I so horny? I'm not a gooner at all. I'm very hardcore against gooning. Hate it. Terrible thing. Bruh. Actually, I actively fight all gooners in bed. It just happened to be where I fight. So I had to leave earlier because, just like some issues. Holy fucking shit. Doing that voice is so hard. Oof. Sorry. I confused myself. Exactly what a gooner will say. Ugh. God, that's hilarious. Listen, sometimes when you do that voice, it just like you confuse yourself in your brain. You're like, wait, how do I speak? I don't think I can be an anti-gooner. I feel like I love sex way too much. I love sex. Everything about sex. Smell, talk, looking at it, hearing about it, stories, everything about sex. I fucking love sex. God, I love fucking. Did you just drop your voice and it's still in the feminine range? Did you have operation on your vocal cords? I've had no surgeries at all on my vocal cords. It is just pure voice training. When you have been voice training for a while and you have better control of your voice, you can just drop your voice whenever you want. Hi. How are you? And go back to however you want, wherever you want, It's just like muscle control. That's what it is. That's what it's called. I've tried voice training because of you. Been practicing again. Let's go! Another W for Sai, baby. Another W! Let's go! Chat, do your fucking voice training. If you want to, of course. / if you have voice dysphoria or whatever. I love voice training, but I hate voice training, but I love voice training. I love being able to drop my voice. Scares the hell out of people. Fucking true. Like, if I sit there and talk to people and I drop my voice, they always... Remember that fucking person who was like, are you stealing someone's clips? Because... okay, for the people who haven't watched a lot of my shorts, some of them I have like a little intro, and I do the voiceover for it, and my intros are usually like, chat is a canon event. We can't interfere, right? And then that's just like a voiceover voice. It's still my voice, obviously, duh. But it's like when I'm on stream and there's so much going on and I'm talking and doing bits and trying to be entertaining and whatever, my voice is tired. So it's not as high. So it's just more like a, hi, how are you? Instead of a, hi, how are you? It's super subtle. But like, I guess people notice it a lot more. So, I mean, voice training has been rather easy for me to the degree that my voice trainer wanted to record to show participants that voice transformation is possible. Fuck yeah! Voice training is always a scary concept, given that I want to be a voice actor. So yeah, fun how that might intermingle with that. There are voice actors and actresses out there who have done voice training, so they can just do a lot of fucking voices. You know what I mean? So you should go and do it if that's what you want. My job voice is still lower than your job voice. I wonder actually how low my voice is at this point when I do that. I don't think I can go lower than like a C3 or something. Let's check it out. It's Trevor James. All right. Hey, what is up, guys? My name is Szycrotic. Yeah, but a C3-ish. Bone on the money, too. Holy shit. Yeah. God, I have fucking amazing pitch correction. I mean, fucking abilities. So my regular voice is more like up here. Micro POV, you're waiting for the microwave to be done. God. See you later, Nate. Thank you for being here, sweetie. And I hope you enjoyed the great yappening. The great yappening. Voice training amazing, and mine sounds like a shy nerd that is afraid of their voice. This is so cute, though. Hi, I just wondered if you wanted to talk one day. Just like a super shy, like. Wait, we need the anime music. We need the. Like no. Where is it? Is it? No. That is too many words. I need that one that is like, oh, I know, I got it. Hi, my name is Szycrotic, and I hope you're having a good day. I just saw you across the hall and just want to come say hi. Sorry, I'm like a little shy. I just think you're like really cool, and I would love to hang out one day. You want to like come back to my place later? Wait. Holy shit. I can do something. This one. And then I do. Oh my god. What the fuck? Perfect. I thought we just. Perfect. Hi, my name is Szycrotic, and I just saw you across the hall, and I would love to just hang out with you one day. I'm new to class, and I don't have any friends, and I'm a little shy, but I think you're really cool. You wanna like hang out later? And later, maybe if you really want to, like, we can like hang out, and then I can tie you up in my bed and use you however I want. I mean, what? I just like think you're so cute. Hi Dave, welcome in, sweetie. Hope you're doing good. I agree to these terms and conditions. Click yes to accept. Ugh, the purple is so good. I mean, I think I look the best in obviously green, but also we have the purple. It's more like pinkish, still purple, but purple. We have blue. Hi. We have like more tealish, green of course, red, yellowish. Yellow is a little hard because I'm such a weird green color. And of course we have the more like rock pink and more purple and then like red. But this is like the more muted version of this one. But this one's more matte, I guess, if you want to call it that. But you can just like hard rod that shit. I lost my color! They took it away from me! But also, I really enjoy when it's like super subtle colors like this. For some reason, like, it's such a subtle thing, but I love this. You know? Anyway. Still, I love my green. I'm just, oh, green. Oh, green. I don't have a bias, I swear. Have a feeling that you might have a bias, I'm not gonna lie. The subtle colors look really nice. Right? Because like, okay, we just do this. And we take away the hue. So it's like the natural. Just like take down the saturation a little bit and just like, oop. Like, it's subtle, but like it's just so nice to look at. I don't know. Ugh, but that's also why I love being green, because you can just fucking be any color. Like, if one day I decide, fuck it, I'm gonna just be blue, I can just be blue. You know? That, and I still really very much prefer red though. Like, I look so good in red, I think, in my opinion. Red or pink is my favorite. 100%. I think I look good in purple, but I think I look better closer to pink or red. Like, purple. This is me in purple. What do you think? Wait. This should also... I don't like the whip in purple. I don't like the whip in purple. How about the bat? Okay, I definitely don't like my items as much in purple at all. But I like my hair in purple a lot. Like, wait. Clown doesn't look as good. But this. Ooh! This looks good though. Wait, maybe I should make my a little like brighter.
Nice.
That looks a lot better. Yeah, shake, 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 shake. How about... I love myself. I'm so hot. Wait.
I got this. Wait, first off. Wait, that is so cute. Hi. Hello. Hi. Perfect time for the redeem as well. Nya nya. Right. Not as bad as before. It's okay. Ugh. Spectacular. You're such a good girl. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. Hell yeah. Wait, how does it... The hair! Oh my god. Yo, I love this color. It's like this pink red. Ugh. What other colors do we have? Wait, what is the difference between this one and this one? Oh, this one's a little darker. And okay, I see why. That's fine. This is like proper pink, like actual pink. Like that. Yeah. I guess with because of the filters and stuff I have on, it's not like pink, but it's like it's pinker in the preview than it is like what you guys see. That's fine. To me, on the preview, this is like bright as fuck pink. This is like bright as fuck red, but it's a little different on the screen that you see. What about blue? I mean, it's cute, but it's like, oops. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but yeah, it's definitely like pink, purple, red, or like, of course, green. So much. Blittum. Hi, Livit. Thank you so much for 11 months. Holy shit. Arcane Jinx. Oh, God. Hi. Welcome. Thank you. I hope you have a good day. This open sync sharp. It says my job ways and run F2, G2, and my
Sai testing
ways.
her colors. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, that's right, chat. I want all of it. I'm gonna taste the rainbow.
If I can... If I somehow... Next! Thank you so much for 5 subs! What the fuck? If I can, for 2.0, I will make all the colors happen. Like, either as redeems, or I can just, like, control it, or something like that. I wonder if I can do it. I have an idea for something I can do, because I don't want... Okay, the one thing I don't like with the red redeem is that it just kind of... Boop, you know? I kind of wanted to subtly shift into it, which I can do, but there's a plugin you can use for it, but it's a little iffy sometimes. But whatever, it's okay. Val, kill you, sweetie.
Sai will complain but keep giving her money.
Fuck off, hype train, you piece of shit. RG mode in 2.0? I mean... I got this. Wait. that aura. Honestly, that was kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. I can do a lot better. Now that's a good one. I like that one. Hi, Talk! Where is that in? What are these backgrounds on my emotes? What? What is this? Hi, zombie. But she's in stereotypical action movie club scene. I mean the blood scene from Blade. Oh, it's the fucking Twitch effect shit. Oh. Anyway, what was I gonna do? Slight epilepsy warning. Oh yeah, baby. Perfect timing. I can't even show that. Whatever. Anyway, I'm on the floor now. Floor time!
Damn chat, why you stinking up the place?
I'm a snake! I look like a snake! Anyway. I am telling you right now, once I have my full body like tracking for 2.0 and everything set up, y'all done. I'm gonna shake my ass so hard. It's gonna be so good. Hi, Nene! Oh. Let's fucking go! You know what's so fucking funny? My tits hurt so much IRL. Oh my god, I should not be bouncing around like a moron! Ugh. Anyway, worth it. 10 out of 10. God, my fucking tits hurt so much! Roommate was wondering why I was caramel dancing because fucking cute, and also because we're listening to it. Like, holy shit. Maybe your roommate should just like fucking join the community. How about that? And stop questioning you about shit. Shit they shouldn't be questioning you about.
Why am I so horny?
Wizard, you're such a good puppy. You want to get on your knees? You want to be leashed? You want me to walk you around like a dirty little fucking puppy you are? You fucking pathetic piece of shit. Sorry, I'm getting way too into this. chat, everyone. I apologize, but are your breasts still growing that they hurt you? What? Yes, because I've only been on HRT for like 6 months, whatever. It's been now. And 2, I fucking don't wear bras, okay? I'm sorry. I know I should wear a bra, okay? I'm aware. I should do it. I am actively choosing not to. Okay? I fucking love not wearing a bra. Okay? I fucking love just not... Dude, half of the fucking time, I am just here, just titties out all the time. I fucking love just having my tits out. Okay? It's a power move, honestly. You know? Är jättebra. Jag tycker det är så snyggt när tycker det är så snyggt att ha dina bröst ute. Det är så fint. Just like full on switch over to Swedish for like no reason. Jag tycker det är så sött att se på dig. Anyway, sorry, what was I doing? Oh yeah. Oh no, a language I don't know! Other languages, run! Don't do it! That you were long on HRT. I'm 1.5 years in. They did hurt at the beginning, but when I was walking down the stairs. At this point, it is more of they still hurt a little bit now and again, like on certain days or something. But honestly, when I just walk down the stairs or something now, I just hold my tits. I'm sorry. I just like full on just like do this while I'm just walking down the stairs. Or if I'm driving and I see it's going to be like a bumpy road or something, I just like... like, what's a better bra than my hands are on your tits? Thought my English crashed for a moment. No, that was Swedish. I speak Swedish and Norwegian basically fluently. Well, I speak obviously fucking Norwegian fluently. Swedish, I can speak and understand semi-fluently, as in there's still like certain slang, whatever, I don't fully get, but I love Swedish. I love Swedish. I love it so much. I think it's such a fucking good language to just listen to speak. It feels good in your mouth. Like German and Russian and like Polish, those kind of languages, even Norwegian, are like so harsh that they're like, they feel a little like weird to speak, like, because you kind of always sound angry. Where in Swedish is so soft and so nice. You know? I have a friend obsessed with Swedish. Fair. It's a good language. I've always said though that Swedish just kind of sound like more feminine Norwegian. Like, kind of just sound like I'm sorry, it just kind of sound like more femme Norwegian. Or you're trying to do the stereotypical like gay voice, but you're just speaking Swedish. So, I don't know. Okay, chat, everyone, listen the fuck up. I have a small little thing I need to eat, okay? I yearn to destroy someone and then consume a whole pizza. Oh my god, actually that would fix me right now. But for all the new people who have been here today, thank you so much for joining us and being here, whatever. Also, join the fucking Discord. In that order, you destroy them and then you enjoy food together. You can't eat food, then destroy, because then you're like full of food and you're like tired, you know? Join the Discord. I am live Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Literally, look at the time, like look at your watch right now, whatever time it is, right? Look at it and think back exactly 3 hours, 56 minutes. That is when I'm live. I am live 8 p.m. GMT plus 2, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. If I am not live, there will probably be an announcement in the Discord server. I don't always post like on Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever that I'm not streaming because I think it's kind of a little bit redundant. So Discord is kind of like where I really update like all the fucking time if something is happening. We are going to be rating Kira, who is playing Akami, I think? Question mark? Let me make sure I'm not being stupid. Yeah, she is. My favorite raptor girl is playing Akami. Fucking hell yeah. Thank you everyone for being here, for hanging out, for just being part of the stream. And wait, you know what we haven't checked out yet? What? Sorry, I also, because I installed that Twitch extension that people have been using to see like you know, Twitch number compared to like the chat number. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. It's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what? We have complained about it long enough. It doesn't fucking matter. Here's what you can do, okay? If you want to help me or anyone else reach partner and help numbers grow and things like that, there are things you can do. Here are some free ways of doing it. Watch, obviously support. If you're not a big chatter, just like redeem something once in a while, pop an emote or something in chat once every couple of minutes or something. And if you are like, I want to do something, but I'm broke, share clips around. If you are an editor or an artist or anything of that nature, I've said it before, please go and use my VODs, clips, whatever, as much as you want. I encourage anyone and everyone to fucking yoink my shits and go and edit, learn how to edit, use it for practice. If you're a VTuber or a clip poster or anything like that, you have my full permission not only to post my shit, but also to make money off of it. Only thing I ask for is credit. That is it. Anyway, chat, everyone. We are going to say hi to Kira. Thank you so much for being part of the stream today. Thank you so much for listening to me yap for fucking 4 hours. I will see you all later. And remember, stay cool, stay gay. And remember, Mama loves you. I hope you have a good rest of your day and evening. And let's go say hi to Kira. Mwah! Bye!